streaming, I want to take a look at some images from yesterday because I was very close to your booth with the pace race.
Yesterday was crazy.
Can you just talk me a little bit through how this has been for you all, you know, as part of Movistar going in the arena versus Fnatic in that game 3? I mean, come on.
I mean, like the last game, I actually thought that we were losing, by the way. I actually thought that this last auto attack of Victor, like Silas E, stops the auto attack. So like we were like, okay, I thought that it was lost, and then in 1 second everything changes, and then we are winning because I think that because of tempo, like we can get to their bases, even if the inhibitor, like they were like so big. And I actually was saying like, I don't know. I was so emotional because I thought that we were losing and finally we were winning. And actually, like on the table, like the screen was, I don't know, we destroyed everything. I don't know, felt so good. Actually, props to Fnatic because they were playing really good. Like this series, of course, they could win for sure. Like it was one out away.
But man, if Humanoid did buy Lich Bane, it was GG.
By Lich Bane before he TP'd in, because if he did,
that's a thing. I didn't know that. Oh my god. Okay, thank you so much. I guess. Oh my god, that was so close.
Okay, then walking back to the stage, so we'll have a pick and ban soon.
Crazy that the Lich Bane game was over.
Amazing.
I guess that's good to learn it in a regular season game than it is to learn it in the finals. Because if that was a finals, that would have been an absolute nightmare.
This best of 3 will be the King of Madrid on the LEC broadcast. So
LEC road trip to Malaga.
It's a title.
Okay, King of Madrid.
A title.
I like it. Okay.
Mirren said he really wanted to be the King of Madrid. It was very important. Are you happy with how the weekend's going?
I mean, I think that we are getting it right.
Yeah.
Like MCO, you know.
Yeah, you think so?
Like I mean, we are winning next game, right?
Right.
I mean, we are doing it.
I don't know.
Right.
I hope
so. How's your Sunday evening going? You all chilling or what?
The game was so convincing.
Are you all chilling or what?
I'm feeling really good towards like the second game.
It's dangerous.
I mean, G2 had a very convincing game 1 against Fnatic.
Yeah, they did, but not that convincing, or yes?
You're all fucking chilling.
Similar.
Our league in general hasn't been the most convincing in series, and I think
You
MCO
just
is no
watched
stranger
all
to
these
that
sports
either.
today.
I don't know what you think about these guys. Do you think like the I don't know how to say it in English, the el efecto local?
Yeah, the atmosphere.
Like the atmosphere of being the host of the, like we have the, not the whole crowd, but maybe the 70% of the crowd is cheering for us.
Yeah.
I think that's huge.
You're the hometown heroes.
I think it makes a big difference for
This
sure.
guy's spamming allo joke time. Go on then, Kenny, what is it?
Silence them, but it's like
what is
the
it?
motivation boost is much lower.
Like Mirwin dopamine is going crazy. like
he feels like the king of the world right now.
Yeah, like he's
2021 follower,
like
don't get permabanned.
On the
Don't get me
spot.
cancelled.
I don't know. I feel like when you play on your hometown,
Don't get me
on your
cancelled.
crowd,
Hey, you've been asking
we
8
don't see
times.
that
Are you not
much
ready
of
with the
this
joke?
in league, at least in Europe.
A Yumio Speed and a Fury Abuser are jumping off a cliff, see who arrives at the bottom,
Maybe in
who
China, I
wins.
think that they play on their own stages,
It's
but
bigger stage, yeah.
like when you play on your stage, I think it's so OP. Let's see in 2 weeks and like how KC performs.
Or do you want a little? Yeah, I mean now it's a high tally. It's difficult. This has been unreal. The crowd has been unreal. You guys put on a great show, so it's kind of like we're looking at you, Casey.
Yeah, I mean, and it's hard to like improve the yesterday day. You know, like it was like scripted.
Yeah.
The best League of Legends.
It's already lost.
Games, good level
It's
of League
doomed.
of Legends.
I can hear them knocking on my door.
Like perfect games.
Base race.
Base race. Epicness.
By the end of the year, you're going to Madrid for LEC final again.
Yeah. Are you from Madrid or where are you from?
No, I'm from Barcelona.
Oops.
Mods, you there?
Yeah, but
Hello?
I did, you know, like fun fact, like the promotion video, like we didn't know that it was for Madrid.
Really?
It was a secret.
Like, that's crazy.
Like annually we do like a content video. It's called El Barco, and we do like a content thing, and we thought that it was because of that. And today Riot comes and say, "Oh no, this is for Leg Madrid, LEC Madrid." Yeah,
that's so cool.
It's so cool. Yeah, I actually got so emotional. And people loves it. Like I don't know. I think that you guys are
LEC Finals Madrid will go.
This is
nuts.
Amazing. We were
It's
talking.
insane.
We're talking so much about how it's like almost a new era, right? And I feel like it's really cool that it's a Spanish road trip and a French road trip because I feel like in arenas is where you can make new fans. And I feel like maybe there's people that haven't been to an event like this before that were a Movistar Koi fan or a G2 fan. Now they're gonna come back. They're gonna come to Madrid next time.
On the fan meeting, I had a lot of people saying me that it was their first event. I actually got surprised because there was a lot of people.
It's because of you guys. It really is. You're making new fans.
Maybe yes, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I actually felt so good.
I think it's the same story for KC, right? Coming to bringing in so many new people to the scene, and it's like so good that they're just taking you and KC are taking full advantage of it.
Yeah.
And bringing those passionate fans to the forefront.
It's the bomb.
I'm so hyped for the KC event. No joke.
You're going?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, oops.
No, because
I mean, they're not here. They have to set it up, right?
And, yeah, Casey is
Something's
not there,
wrong with the
we're not on
PCs.
the event. I think it's
There's a
fine.
delay again.
I mean, for people that don't
I can see
understand,
Jackie's
you
is
put
like
on
with
this
the
whole
refs.
event, you have a production crew that they're doing a lot of work. They're running our
I'm guessing
kind
he
of
has
stream
issues with his
almost,
PC or
our
some shit.
desk, your desk, the other stuff. It's really difficult and complicated situation that I think it leads me to say that I can understand that there sometimes is a bit of a delay getting into a game when a peripheral
he's swapping
breaks
headsets.
here or there. I
His
mean, I
sound
have
is
a lot of
cooked.
understanding for that, you know, and you know the crew as well. They're working mega hard.
Yeah, I think that the event is like being like really good in general. So hyped for the road trip on France, on Paris. I think it's Ivry, right? Every. So hyped for this, and I love this kind of things. I love internationals. Like events are really good.
This is what feels your passion
guy
is
says
justified as well. Because I remember, like, if I'm
He's got a
showing people,
knock-knock joke, and he's a gifter, and he's a sub for 12 months. Go on, then what is it?
Nerd. But then it's like you get
Quick, while we're
events
waiting.
like this, okay? And like it becomes bigger than just yourself. It's the community around it. It's the passion that we talked about. It's following these players.
12 months and gifter surely
so
won't get
much
me cancelled,
about.
right?
And I just wish
And
we
I
had
care
so much
more
more of
now.
this.
Honestly, I feel like sometimes
Quick,
you can
quick!
be,
What are you on a 15-second delay?
a
Hello.
player that is not a
What's the
superstar
joke?
in the LEC,
Okay, started.
but is a mega
No,
star in
you
Spain.
started.
Or
I'm
a
not starting
mega
it.
star in France. And I think this is necessary for us to wake up to the music.
Oh wait,
like
there's 15 seconds slow mode.
Kyoto, for instance. He got one of the biggest applauses of anyone
To
this
be fair,
weekend.
his sign was...
Yeah.
This joke's gonna take 4 years to tell. There's
To be
15
honest, I
seconds
feel
slow
like
mode.
what
You're
you said
cooked,
is
buddy.
exactly MCOI. Like,
Listen,
for
the
example,
rats
in
need to be
Munich,
caged.
we didn't have that much
You are
hype
also a
for our
victim of
game.
that cage.
Like, people were not cheering for us. Like, no
Otherwise
one.
they unleash too
There
hard.
is like the opposite.
pressed
like,
this one
everyone
button,
is cheering for us.
and then the whole
that's,
chat
like,
spams the same thing.
The point. I love being there. Like, look at this. It's insane.
I need it. Like, also just seeing all the giant X fans.
Mods,
like,
put
you
it back
kind
on
of-
there free.
I
Mods,
mean,
put it back
I
on.
almost willfully forgot.
Mods,
Like,
put
they
it back
have
on there
insane
free.
Spanish
Hello.
history. They are really important
Hello.
in the ecosystem of Spain, which is a reason why you invited them here.
Yeah, the thing is that our whole team, like MCOI, comes from the amateur.
No, but don't do emote only. Hey!
Spain. Like,
Yeah.
the
Don't need
whole
to emote
team
only. Just put that 10
mentioned
second
as
slow mode
well.
back on. Put the
El
cage
Joya,
around them.
Like, it's like the history of this team. Actually, okay, we don't have mid laners.
Yeah.
Expect a comeback. Like, it's like
One fill roll.
and we don't have mid laners, so we can bring them. But the whole team, it's really loved for the Spanish community. It's insane. I think it's the same for
Degeneracy
Caliste in
galore.
France.
Yeah.
And these guys, so yeah, like loving it. I can't say any bad word. Like,
No,
legit.
it's like people finally getting their day in the sun, I feel like, as well, because you and a lot of the crew here, you have done this for a very long time. You have been connected to the League of Legends scene and kind of committed to it, I want to say, in the ups and downs, right? And in whatever happened with LVP and Superliga and doing your own thing to now be in an arena, and the similar thing goes for Comitos, similar thing goes for what Caedrel is building as well, and I think that's tremendous. And it's
Caedrel
only
shout
a
out!
good thing where
Yeah.
you get the recognition you deserve.
Our whole co-streaming is what you said.
Yeah.
Like, we are all creators, and I mean, I used to be a pro player. Necro is
Really?
like, yeah. Well, you know.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know Skane used to be a pro player?
I had no idea.
Bro,
Wait, AD carry.
support! You are trolling me, right? Are you trolling? You are.
No, I'm not trolling. It's okay, it's not important. It's not important.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
what
important.
Roasted!
She told me.
He just
I
got
was
random
surprised
checked.
Skane had a good game though.
I didn't say that. I said I was surprised how good it was. That's it.
I mean, okay, I'm 600 LPs right now. I'm not challenger, but I'm getting in, you know? Yeah, I used to be a pro player like 5 years ago.
Okay, anyway, continue your story.
Yeah, I mean, the story is that we are all creators and casters. Ibai, like, when I was playing pro play, he was casting me. Like, when he started, yeah, cool story. So, yeah, we are all from, like, the las raíces, like the roots of esports in Spain. So,
Yeah, and I mean, if we didn't have, Spain was so important for, I think, you say
I
it
want
right,
a
for
shoulder
kind of
massage
like
as well.
Peque and Mythy and the initial boost that the scene got.
Tenerife
to
event.
Tenerife. Do you know a funny story about that event? So it was a random road trip in 2013 or 14.
13, 14, yeah.
And it was so hot because Tenerife is actually one of the warmest places in Europe, right? And it was like 38 degrees, and we arrived a day early, and the pro players didn't put sunscreen on, and were in the sun for the entire day.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
think 2 of them had to go to the hospital.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I can't remember who because it was bad. Gamers in Tenerife,
Yeah.
problematic.
It's so warm, but the weather is always so nice. Like, it's always like summer
Yeah,
all the year. Yeah.
weather is important.
Yeah.
Really happy.
Actually,
afterwards.
for me,
Cold
like,
weather
I live
clears.
in, like Spain, Barcelona, always good weather.
Yeah.
When I go to Berlin, really bad mood.
We've had some crazy warm summers, but the difference between Berlin and Madrid is you're equipped for the heat, or Spain.
I'm going to tell you a fact, and
and
you're not going to like
Berlin
it,
really isn't.
because
Yeah,
it's
but
true,
you guys are used to
and
it,
you're going to
right?
agree against it,
I
okay?
wouldn't be like,
So you're from Barcelona?
I was there.
Okay.
I was there.
Did you
It
watch
was
the Copa
warm.
del Rey at
Reckless
the
was
end?
there
Copa del
at the
Rey?
Tenerife event.
Yeah,
Oh, Reckless,
I
you the
am.
goat.
I mean, I'm
You the
Atletico de
goat.
Madrid fan, but it's my second team, Barcelona, yeah.
Wait, what is
Second
this?
team.
What is this?
Atletico de Madrid, you know it.
I
like
know the
second
other team. Yeah.
But
Can you do
Atletico-
that?
Greece and
Yeah, I
Merino.
can.
How do you
Like,
remember that? What the fuck?
Atletico de Madrid and Barcelona have good relationship, you know, because
okay.
we are against Real Madrid. So
Chat,
Yeah, you both
I'm
are.
going to tell you something you're not going to like
Yeah,
it.
I see.
Cold
so what
weather
was it this weekend? You think everyone
clears
was
warm
against
weather,
G2? You know?
but you think warm weather
in
clears,
Spain, I
but
don't
and you
think
want
so.
warm weather, but
It's
after
a good-
1 week of
good
warm
question,
weather,
actually.
you want
I think
cold
that
weather
G2,
again.
Like the G2 army there in Spain is huge as well. I think that maybe
So
G2 is the
warm
last one
weather
because
is better,
Fnatic is really loved here because
and a
of
very
great
hot sun
Razor,
is good
like the whole
for
story of Fnatic,
max
like
1
with
to 2
Peke
weeks,
and
max.
Oscar Nin, so yeah,
Then
maybe
the
G2 is
sweat sets in, the
What do
oil
you
on the
think
head,
about G2? They
can't
lost
sleep
3
at night.
matches in a row. That's
Horror
not happened
show.
in like 2 years.
Yeah, can
Cold
can
weather
say my hot
mega
take
clears,
on it?
but
course
1 or
they
2
are.
weeks of
Yeah,
warm weather
hot
is
takes.
not a bad
Yeah,
thing.
okay,
I
so
like that.
I mean, maybe it's not a hot take, but I think that they really made a bad decision, like changing Mickey
They should
for
remake
Lavrov.
a
Okay,
bit
that's the most lukewarm take.
the solar system a little bit,
I think it's pretty
so
cold.
it's 3
It's
months
pretty-
cold.
It's pretty cold, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I
2
don't know,
months
like
cold,
in the Spanish
2
community, it
weeks
was like,
warm. They
at some
should
points a hot take,
alter it a
so
bit, alter it.
I don't know.
And
I
they just
think Mickey
alternate
got
this.
a lot of flame because he's kind of like usually the support is easily the scapegoat,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Because
I
if you
don't
lose
know.
the games, you always die.
The thing is that I really
Instead
think
of
that
rotating
G2
the earth like
did
this,
good at Worlds. Like
the sun, sorry?
they were really close to
They
winning
should go like
C1.
this.
Close, yeah.
And
yeah.
against Billy, they were really close as well.
They were
That's-
effed
that
over
way
by
you get
the
hot,
draft,
warm,
and I
hot,
will
warm, hot,
never,
warm more
like,
often.
not mention
So
that.
if you're striving to like getting there and you almost get there, like almost, really almost, why are you
you mean,
changing
bro,
Yike
drew a
and
crack
Mickey?
day?
It's
That-
two
I
times,
don't
We're in
two
draft!
times in a row, and I do understand their reasoning where, okay, the atmosphere, sometimes you know you need a
Menudo
new change of
Ati, what did it
atmosphere
say? I
for
didn't say it.
Oh, well, then we're going to
Just
change
put the
our
prize in the bag.
atmosphere to a draft.
Ezreal Ben.
And no
Ezreal
dog.
Ben. Yone Ben.
Enough theory, okay. Oh, we don't see the...
Yeah, what was bad with that
no,
take?
have to look
they
at
have
that
to
screen
cheat.
for that.
Okay.
The screen is cut
Caedrel,
off.
do the
But you have to
drafting.
look at this one because it's
Well,
quicker than the
I
other
think
one.
Yeah,
Azir
Yone for
Prio
sure
is very high right
not
now.
getting-
With
yeah,
Vi
Yone
Pantheon,
today.
Ari, Talia out,
Okay.
Yone out.
I think it may be a Varus ban as well on 3 for MKOI. Or
Azir
it's going
ban.
to be a first pick for Noah. It's one of his favorites.
Could be a C as
Rumbles
well.
out.
You already got Talia out of the way because Jackie's
Gwen's
played
out.
it. Yone's getting banned, so Jojo's third best champion
Could
for
just
sure
ban
would be
Varus
Azir
last
here.
year.
They
That
take
could
it away.
rise and quite. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it actually banned it instead.
Yeah, actually, Jojo and Jackie's, they like share champion pool a lot. Like,
What
Yeah,
what happens if they ban
quite
Varus? What are
similar.
they first pick?
Yeah. It's a mirror
They
match.
ban Jax.
I don't know. Actually, I remember like Jack. I was
must be
thinking about
planning
you with the
something,
Corki
I
game.
guess.
You don't like Corki, right?
Yeah,
Like
no.
the
They
upset
probably
that
match
he was
MF
popping
into
off,
Varus because
actually.
Ezreal's banned, right?
Popping off.
What do you think about Varus?
Varus very
this,
strong.
this champ is so OP.
Yeah.
Like,
Support
actually,
Silas.
like he has like 70%
Rel,
win
Alistar
rate. I
out.
think it's and
MF
he blind
nice.
picks all the time. Like
Yeah.
a champ that is
Ooh,
being
MF
blind picked all the time
Maokai.
and gets 70% win rate
Ew.
makes 0 sense,
He's
right?
also ripped.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like we also
MF Maokai goes,
Maokai.
I mean, it goes pretty
No,
well
not
together,
that.
I guess.
But
It denies the
I really wanted
Maokai
to
from
talk about
GX,
Maokai.
right?
It was a champion
So I
that
guess
was banned in
Isma is
game
gonna
one,
go
now
Sejuani.
led through. I think if you give that over to a Varus composition, you just make it too easy to build a poke comp. So having that with a misfortune here was really solid takeaway from
Ooh,
MKOI.
Isma Nidalee locked in.
The
They
Maokai
need
locked
an
in
engage
on the
support
other
now. They need to go
side, and
Nautilus
I
or some
like,
shit.
I like seeing Elyoyan kind of different.
I
feel like
kinds of
Nautilus will
champions.
go hard.
Oh, never
It's
mind.
locked in.
Nidalee.
Okay. It's a
Varus
game for
Nidalee.
Isma.
Leona
He used to
works
be a
as well,
1-3.
yeah.
Days on 3,
I think
Jackie's
They
this
chase.
pivot to
Great
Nidalee.
for Isma. He can
I
think
really show
Sejuani
off
was an
his
easy pick there.
mechanics and his aggression on this
But
champion.
yeah,
And June
I don't
is
mind a
really
Nidalee
insane
game.
for Leona.
Yeah, and now they have
I
a
really
great
love
strong bot
Jones.
lane. They
Now
can
the
play
tough
around, they
decision.
can
Do
fight
you go
around.
Braum?
Just
I
need
think
now
you
a really
do not.
strong mid lane as well
I
to
think you just
invade
take
with this
Nautilus
mid
or
lane,
Rakan.
create a lot of action.
I
Because
love
if you
it.
lose
I think
both,
it's
I
good
guess you have
Isma
Nico on
wants,
4
like,
if you want to play like
he
a
wants to
chase game here.
Kind of
They're
make
gonna
his
go
legacy
Rakan
or
now.
remake
I
his
think
legacy,
Jace on
right,
4
or
could have
build
worked.
on it, because
So now
we-
you're in this
we
weird
doubted
state
him a
where
lot, but he
both
was in a
teams are
really difficult
fiending for
position.
80
So if
solo
he
lanes.
slams it on this
Like
middle,
Renekton here would be
that
nice,
would
and
be
Bessa here would be
I mean,
nice.
we have seen
A
some
Tristana
solid
somewhere
early
here,
games
a
from him with
Jace.
the Lily. It was
Any
always
kind
the
of
mid the late
AD
game
champs
and
on
finishing
either
the game that
side
became
are
the
really
difficult
good.
part.
Yeah.
But I actually think this
So a bit of
Leona
a
is really
weird one.
intelligent because you know they're not going to go
What do you
Braum,
ban as
they're
Koi?
not going to go MF Braum. That's going to be
Do
horrible.
you ban
for
those
them.
80
So you get
tops
a
or
better
do you look
matchup
for them?
into the Rakan, but still, nice for Koi having that.
Could pick
Yeah.
mid on
And
4 count, pick top, so maybe better to just ban the tops.
Nidalee synergy. I think it's really good.
Renekton
they
ban,
have
nice.
some really
Okay, so
strong
now I
bot
guess
lane.
GX
I'm a
have
bit
to ban
afraid,
Ambessa.
not gonna lie.
Otherwise, you could
I don't
forfeit
like this. I
Ambessa.
like the guy.
Alright,
no.
AD pool getting
I feel
smaller.
like you never liked
Scion
it.
ban
Remember
here
last
would be
game.
pretty smart, and then
yeah, last
force a
game was
Jace
good,
ban,
yeah.
and then
But you
just
still
blind
have Corki,
Corki
even
mid or
last
some
game
shit.
with a solid
And I think
draft
you're
like that.
you're in a pretty happy
Also, the
spot.
script is maybe that we get
You play into,
every
like,
single
Ryze?
game, that we get 12
Ryze, Nidalee?
games in
That
the
would be
grid.
insane.
That would
We
be
could
kind
go
of
Tristana,
nice.
I guess, in the Corki.
I mean, with 11 we're fine. You know? We're completely fine with
Scion
11.
ban
So
works
much
pretty
good.
well here.
I
Gnar
like
ban.
the Rakan, but the bad thing about Rakan, like, I think you have to get Mercs.
Yeah.
Once you get Mercs and Solari, you're fine in the game. But let's get into that.
Yeah, it takes a bit to scale up and get tanky.
Yeah.
I'm curious though, what do you think Jackie's has here in the mid lane AD department?
Gnar
Maybe
ban,
something
isn't
like
that just
the
making
Tristana?
Scion blind
Tristana,
even better?
The only ADs that you can play right now, it's either Tristana or either Yone, right? I mean, if they are open, of course. Like, I would really love like a meta when you can when you can play like the Talon mid lane.
Why
I
didn't they
really
just
miss
ban
him,
Scion
like
themselves?
The Garen maybe or the Kled, like
Yeah.
Jace ban. I think they've inted it,
So
man. I think they should have
actually
banned
show me your
Scion,
Kled mid.
forced the Jace
Still
ban,
have a Jace open.
and
like,
played
this could be
counter picks
straight
into
out.
Camille with Corki on 4. It would have been way better.
With Nidalee, Varus, Jace would be kind of...
Oh no!
What?
Oh no! Oh no!
You don't
Oh
like
no, what?
it?
I like it.
Oh,
I was saying oh no for you, you know? Like,
oh, okay.
No, but I kind of agree with Jack. I think I've seen it so many times in the
I
beginning
think
of Spring where
GX
it was
have
high
blundered.
prio
I mean,
and he
Koi have
was just
blundered.
left
Oh, they're gonna go
wondering, why is
Aurora
high
flex.
prio?
mean,
Bro,
the
I
thing
think
with Corki
Scion
mid
on
lane
4-5 here
is
is
very good
absolute
with the 80 mid
sex.
laners.
Never mind.
Looks like he goes for the Aurora instead. I
Oh
think
my
it's
god,
actually
it's
pretty
juicy.
who's disappeared is the Lucian.
Now you can just go Tristana or
Lucian
Corki
mid used to be
GX, and
really,
you get
really
what you
good.
wanted in the
Good
first
played
place.
Lucian mid
And now you
against
don't have
True
Gnar on
G2,
5
I
to
think
counter
it
the
was,
Scion.
and
I
didn't
guess
really
he's
do
gonna have to go
anything.
It was completely useless.
Yeah.
Mirwin Aurora, it's a classic.
Yeah, and actually Mirwin is really good with Aurora.
Just
Judge
don't
another
play
match,
Aurora
so
top.
think that
I
we-
just don't trust Aurora
I
top.
think that this Aurora is gonna be for
You
top.
could
let's
put
see.
Aurora top and play
I don't
Corki
think
mid on
the
5
Aurora
here,
is
but I
that
think it
good
is
into- Actually,
absolute
it's
ass.
not a bad matchup into Tristana mid, but if the Tristana can start to scale up, then eventually you get to a point where the Aurora can't one-shot,
Oh my
and you can really
god.
be a menace on side lane. You also have the Scion.
Yeah.
I just
I
don't
quite
like
like this
Aurora
giant
flex, I
extract.
just don't like it.
Yeah.
Chat, I'm gonna run ads. If you wanna put ads,
I
you
like
tier 1
it
on
as
Switch
well,
Prime, you
but
have tap
I
down
would-
if you want to,
I
you'll be back
prefer
for the
to
game
not
pass
like it.
because
Okay,
That is
so
the Aurora top,
okay,
yeah.
it's Corki. I think that their draft is just better. I think, but
I don't
The
like
thing
this
with-
Koi
that
draft.
I'm
I think this
worried
is.
about for MCOY
I don't
is
know.
don't
Obviously,
really
I don't know if
see
it's
them
game 3
killing
0, but I
this
think
Scion,
left side got exactly what
because,
they
like,
wanted, and
Aurora,
Koi
I feel
didn't
like
deny
her
any
damage
of
is
it.
gonna run out. Corki is also very burst heavy. MF is very burst heavy. They do have a lot of parries, but their damage.
I don't know who wins
It's
Corki
very
Tristana.
burst.
I think
I also
Tristana
think
wins.
it's very difficult if
But
GX
now with the
have a
BF
burst
sword
of the
base, maybe
objective and
Corki
you're
wins
walking
early.
into them. Well, your MF ultimate is pretty much used on that sign and Leona. You're not reaching that backline. They got really good spacing with their tools and range.
and I feel like Giants has like not three pressure lanes because of top, I guess. But how's the
So
matchup?
Corki probably wins early now.
Aurora, I think that.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't know
guessing
this
Aurora
matchup,
should
but
get pushed pretty hard, and I think mid matchup as well is pretty hard for the Tristana early on. But I think bot is definitely where Isma can leverage a lot of control, try to one-shot that Rakan early
I'm
on.
looking at Isma, man. I'm looking at him for this game with the Nidalee. He has to get it started. Giotto is hoping that he can. Yeah, we'll let you go. Good luck. Don't be too nervous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Or maybe we make it to
Thank
the
you.
third game. So let's kick it over to our casters in Berlin.
Thank you, Shocks. Thank you, AD. Thank you, special guest Skane. That was an exciting draft. And an exciting bit of time between the game. Always unfortunate to have delays, but always nice when they're filled with incredible
Hot
content.
take,
We are
Aurora is
now
not a good
ready
champ.
for
I
game
agree.
2. Loading back onto the Rift, seeing if GX can fire back and bring us to a game 3. The 12th game. 12 out of 12 for this weekend in Madrid would be a beautiful thing. And based on the compositions, what we heard from the desk, and I imagine what you and I also think, Rob, the draft seems to favor GX. That said, I felt the same way about Fnatic's game 2 when they thrashed G2 earlier today, so you never know.
Yeah, I mean, this does feel very lopsided, though. Like, the fact that you kind of have this mega range between Nidalee and Varus, Jackie's able to try and keep a lot of people at bay on MCOY's side as well, thanks to the Buster Shot. And you just got mega tanks in front of you. Like, 3 threats, 2 tanks. This is kind of the perfect thing to bring to the table against what MCOY are trying to do, which is assassinate backline.
100%. And I have not, I mean, we had a conversation when report came to us, right, about this Aurora. Of all the teams that have played Aurora, MCOY seemed to be one of the most convincing. Jojo and Mirwin predominantly winning.
Yeah, the overlay should be on chat.
75% win rate when MCOY have the Aurora.
Which is good, which I think is probably one of the best in our region, because I generally find this champion a bit underwhelming.
Ooh, he's using that
said,
Tristana skin, the elf
no
one. I don't like the elf
champion.
one.
Will be going the poke var, so we can see the comment in his runes. Will be vulnerable.
What happened to Earth Rider Corgis? Why does no one rock the Earth Rider these days?
Behind.
I feel like everyone rocks Toboggan, no skin, or Corgi.
The Nidalee, a champion that has showed up a lot, surprisingly, here in the LEC, mostly in the hands of 113, although Isma also had some good performances on it.
Doinby uses it? My goat.
Now need to see if he can replicate that magic.
It's not disabled. I played pro play with it myself.
Again.
Yeah, trying to invade off of bottom side is probably where he's going to be looking to go. You have
Or
the
they
TP
change
on
it and
Noah,
disable it or something.
so immediately going to be able to push the wave, start to move around, and I mean, triple TP on Giant X just gives you a lot of tools to try and look
disabled.
for plays
Why did they
around
disable it?
Isma as he goes for these invades.
That was
so
goated,
I imagine
that
that's
skin.
where the focal point of Giant X is going to be in enabling Isma. And Isma has been a player that's been able to get rolling on this Nidalee. You heard kind of Skeens talk about it as well. It used to be a one-trick flash from JoJo.
Trying to get away from the rocket jump breach that crucially, but one more auto from Jackie's. He'll do it, the minion, the little caster. Can't finish him.
I clenched, chat. I clenched. I clenched. I don't know what Jackie's did. He probably Omega clenched.
That was so incredibly close. JoJo Pune, double TPs, perfectly in sync.
Did they TP back
do
for
they
it?
just go again? Both
Jump
of them
on his ass. Do it, Jackie's.
Fight!
Jackie's comes back with a little bit less HP, unfortunately. But now El Yoya is here.
Where is the tag
He's
team?
going in again. He thought it was round 2, but he doesn't know it's 2x.
Oh, he got the jump off.
Champ in the midst of him.
Wow.
He won't be able to rocket jump out though. That buffer feels good.
Jungle diff.
Now, basically, Giant X are storing up their special in Isma as he's actually gone down to clear.
Jungle
that bottom
diff.
side, so he's going to come back.
But
and be
Nidalee's going to
really
be
strong
so
when he takes over
accelerated
the
on the
forehand.
clear now.
Then he can make the play in mid. And that's what they're playing for.
Save it for the next round, but already mid lane is a bloodbath, not something I expect necessarily, but I also don't really expect a Tristana Corki matchup, so here we are. Isma continues to just power farm. Can make an appearance in mid lane as Jackie's once again going for the reset.
Jump!
Rocket jump
Doesn't
forward
do it.
one more time, but doesn't want to risk
He didn't get
it.
the reset.
Could just eat a ton of damage to face mid-flight.
Yeah, good parry on the special there. Comes for JoJo as he's able to get away from that one.
We're really going to test the
He didn't get the
depths
reset,
of
chat.
your-
He didn't. He
of
didn't.
your
That sword
fighting
spells in the
game
bottom
now.
left. It wasn't up his W.
As goes, my friend. So, yeah.
I think it
Combo break.
exploded as his auto was about to hit
Do you know
the
what
last
a
tick.
Daigo parry?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then you know all you need to know.
The moment 37, isn't that it?
1137? I don't remember.
I
that part.
don't believe
It's
you.
just-
No, I'm
never
just
mind. It's a time
blatantly
for a story
lying.
for a different time. It involves a very specific fighting game, but a great fighting game moment. As JoJo Pune and Jackie's will continue to throw hands, I imagine. Mirwen, as expected, getting pushed, getting control of the top side, but not able to generate a larger advantage.
I'm actually
quite
just
yet, as we do
blatantly
have a
lying
pause. So mayhaps more
because I can.
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure it is the moment 30.
this is an iconic moment. I'm excited for 2xKO, and one of my favorite historical fighting game moments.
Evo moment number 37.
It's
Yeah.
Evo moment number 37.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So in a game called Street Fighter Third Strike, you could, if your timing was perfect, basically parry everything. And in a crazy clutch match, a guy managed to parry the entirety of a Chun-Li special. Chun-Li is the lady with thighs who kicks a lot, for those of you who don't know what the
Lady with
characters are
thighs.
called. And then turn the game around and just womp-a-stomp a guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I would say the equivalent is in League of Legends. It's probably like sidestepping every single Ezreal Q.
Is it just what happened yesterday? Where it's just like you hold the base last second and then immediately TP into the end? I feel like it's kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of that. But
with, I think it's 0.2 of a
The
frame.
Daigo
I'm not sure
parry.
how
What
much
is that?
It's
He just explained it, but what is
almost
it?
frame
It is. It was. I'm pretty sure it was frame perfect.
You block an ult?
Speedrunners who practice one specific glitch all the time will not be able to replicate this with the same level of success. And now it's like a mini game, I think, within the remaster when they made that all these years ago. But that's side topic.
Nice jump.
Obviously. Love me some FGC. Love anything where people are getting hyped. People are getting hyped in Madrid as now there's a bit more action in the mid lane.
I mean, this is not bad for Tristana. A lot of
Pune.
chunk damage on the court.
There's been a lot of camera action going towards this mid, and rightfully so. Everyone has been kind of taking part in
Oh
this. We're going
my
to go to a quick pause
god,
again,
it's a
but
perma pause.
trying to get control over this mid lane has been crazy.
Just assume it's my cue to go off on topic.
Let's see, the
This
Daigo
is,
parry.
love the
Well,
audience.
let's move on. So AMSA is this.
This is the Daigo parry.
Rare footage of Daigo actually angry. turtle style, overcome Rao. Now on the verge of putting Daigo down, 1-0.
He's on 1 HP. Actual 1 HP. Wow, what? What the fuck? Do you have to like match every block perfectly? It has to be frame perfect. If they're not frame perfect, you take damage. Oh my, I need, what the fuck? Wait, that is so, that is so fucking badass. Are you kidding? That is so fucking badass.
I think it's cool to see like how commentary and casting across scenes can kind of link up like that.
Yeah. Every caster in the world has said time and time again. We never had
That's
we never
easily
had a
top
meeting
5
about it, which
esports
is every
moments
single
ever.
caster in every single game says it for some reason.
Damn.
English, crazy language. I wonder what the Spanish idioms are that show up in casts across every game. I bet there are some. Probably not time and time again, but Spanish. Probably some other stuff.
Yeah, you know more Spanish than I do.
Number one,
Son
really?
robotos. What is it? What was it Ibai said when he just said they're robots? That was a great.
I'm pretty sure
Ibai
everyone
moment.
is just saying ballerina cappuccina and bombadillo crocodillo at the
That's
moment.
Italian brain rot. That's not Spanish anything.
I think they use it as well. I can't be for certain, but
Yeah, it's international brain rot now. Again, shout out to the incredible audience there in Madrid as we are resuming game. GX initiated the pause, but we're back in. 5 minutes in. The game incredibly close. Mid lane has been a bloodbath
We
thus
are
far.
Barak.
Supa and Noah.
The
no,
Aurora
sorry,
has
not
a
the real
code.
lady carries this
What?
game.
I didn't even see that.
Jackies and Jojo.
we season 2. Let's go.
Alvaro dashing forward. Nice jump out from Jackie's. I like that he's always rocket jumping in. Might cost him as we go later in the game, but right now, completely the right choice.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that one, you get damage, and two, you get the reset as soon as you pop the
Wouldn't
bomb means
first
you can
strike
just play
Aurora with code go
super
kind of hard
aggro
into
on the
Sion?
plays and working out relatively
Maybe first
well.
strike's just a
now,
bad
though,
rule.
obviously with Alvaro here, if he does land the Gleaming Quill, going to help out Jojo significantly, because unfortunately, Leona does not have that option. As you can see there, now Jojo heals, and now he's in an okay spot. But again, like, I was surprised to see this much aggression towards the mid lane. Clearly everyone like, hey, this is quite...
Yeah, I see
both
the pink
AD
ward on the
carries
top
quite
chat. Yeah, I know it's
slow
on in the
volley
bush.
in and of themselves. So not
classic.
super surprised to see it, but more hands on deck about to arrive.
Definitely the case.
Bro, I swear, this is just
Interrupt
laning
on
mid.
Alvaro's
Both
first
mid
dash
laners
out,
want to
spear
jump on each other.
doesn't hit. Awkward thing here about the lane assignments. Supa laning into
This is not
Lot.
your
Not
Drake
sure how
Koi.
good that is for him, whereas the Varus
That is a dead Maokai.
much stronger in a 1v1 lane match.
Or is
Boyoya
it?
with a
That should be a
knockback
dead
there.
Maokai.
Dash forward on
It's
the
not a dead
twisted
Maokai.
advance, but Isma's taking big chunks, and he's also getting spat at by this Drake. I guess it's not spit. I guess he's... Is it?
Nice
They're
dodge by
rocks. He's
Supa.
throwing rocks at him.
Alvaro
Holding that
cancelled.
thought. As the trumpet starts to blare, GX will force MCoy out of the
Is Varus
I
going to
don't know
die
if
to
it's
the
a
Aurora?
eulogy or
No,
a
right?
retreat
He's winning.
sound for both these teams, though, because Giant X haven't really been able to lock anyone else in place.
Alvaro just
for
pings
Isma
the
to be able to
ground.
follow up with those spears and
Jun missed. Q
Flash forward.
flash.
Jun ignite down on
W.
Elyoya. He'll once again twist
Zep
his
Q,
advance forward, trying to
Elyoya.
block the follow-up. Jojo Pune in the area. Flash forward going from Isma. Quick Q to separate
Jojo's
them.
dead as well.
Now Jojo's going to be
Spear.
in trouble. Isma
Oh,
ready to go back to
miss.
the cap forward if he needs to. Doesn't quite have the cooldown for that first kill. Going over to GX, and finally they will be able to grab the objective here. MCoy overstaying.
a little messy.
Pretty good for GX. Pretty good.
Point in case.
He's dropping the
As well,
crab and
able to finish off the
sprinting to
dragon, but
Grubs.
Still, like, a couple of
think
spells
Mirwin
go
is
wide,
losing
so
to
Jun
Noah in
missing
the
with
1v1.
Blade, even then Elyoya being able to hit with
They just
the
put the
twisted advance
Varus
to dodge
into
away
the
from some of
Aurora,
follow
and it's
from Jun,
kind of
so,
working.
A bit all over the place, but it is now, okay, kill going towards Jackie's, which has kind of been the big focal point of getting control of mid. Well, Giant X have successfully done that, and you can see in this position, Jun goes wide, flashes forward, twisted advance to dodge for some of the follow-up, but Isma flashes
phase
forward
rush.
as well to follow through, and even here, Isma waits for the Valkyrie, but ends up missing with the spear. I think that could have been enough damage to finish off the Corki as well, which would have been nice, but still, Dragon going their way, kill going their way. Now
The
it's
whistle
free
guy
gold
is
for
going
us as well.
ballistic.
It's a really strong start for Giant X with the composition.
Surprised
that we
Mirwin's only up
already take.
9 CS, even though Sion basically
look,
laned on Dragon for a
I
solid
can
2
feel the
minutes
number
straight.
12. It's there. Game 3. Whistles blowing. Bass drums for a brief moment.
Okay, someone might have to take
Will
a whistle
not
off that guy.
sound. Someone slipped that guy a $5
Mods,
to play
arrest
the
him.
Mordor song from Lord of the Rings. Anyway, here we are. The game, so far, a little bit in the favor
My
of
left
GX,
ear
no
is
doubt,
being
in my
whistled
mind.
at.
300 gold lead for Isma, nice. Big confidence after the last game, right? Rough start to the series, but we've seen what GX look like when they get a little momentum behind them. Isma and Lot, all-star performers yesterday. Maybe can replicate that here in game 2. But it is a bit awkward. I don't know who matches Tristana on side.
I think, yeah, it does get a little weird because also the fact just that Tristana scales so well with levels because of Trace the Beat, and she now gets solo XP is great, but Isma being invaded on here.
Hold that thought. Isma caught up for a brief moment. Comboed into the ulti. Supa here as well.
Nidalee
It's a
dead.
three-man pylon, and down goes the cat.
Memkoi responding well, so abandoning wave mid to ensure that they can invade on towards bottom side, get the kill, and be back in time to collect the wave. You do have both Noah and Jun moving up towards that top side to see if they can maybe respond to some of the play, though, with getting some pressure on the top end.
I have just been told by our producer, Elena, that it is the Isengard theme, not the Mordor theme. I apologize to Tolkien and all other Tolkien
Big chance to see.
fans.
Big kill. Should be dead.
And GX
W
is
heal.
gonna obliterate Alvaros.
Oh
He's
my
ticking,
God, he lived.
burning, and walking away.
What?
Just kidding. Not even close, so baby.
Refillable too strong. Alvaro able to escape away from that, even having the heal as well. A little unfortunate. Just an auto from Noah would have finished him off, but just trying to see if he can
Tristana
land that
really needs a
Q.
BF
Doesn't
sword
quite
base.
get in the end, and now
This Aurora does look
control of
useless
that
though, I'm
top
not
side
gonna lie.
given over
The
towards
fact that this
Giant
Sound
X
is running
means
around
that
the
you
map
still have to be a bit
terrorizing
careful
everyone
as
with his
Baron,
fucking
but
Ruby
back on the
crystals
map
and
is
he's
Illuia
only 100 gold
and
down.
should be
It's
able to
mind-blowing.
kind of push Giant X out of that top side, although Red looks like it's been stolen away now.
That proactive invade from Isma, holding on to his individual gold lead, although smaller than it once was. He will get the red, holding on to 200. We've seen the utility of Maokai be invaluable in a lot of these games and circumstances. Don't know how well it will pair in this one. It was the Maokai Varus that we heard the desk talking about. I think certainly the most powerful. Yo grabbing a bit back. Mkoi regaining control, as you predicted, Rob, of the top side of the jungle. Minute and 30 to the next
TP mid
spawn
from
of the
Jackies.
Grubbies. Same is
He
true
does
with
get
the
his
Drake,
BF
so we'll
sword
see if it's
base.
just a trade. Though Jojo getting aggressive here. Does shred a lot of the early resistances that Lot can bring to the table, but Lot, of course, only going
Sion
for
has
MR as he was originally faced
full
with
health,
Mirwin. Despite that,
items,
he's still
and
frickin'
3
tank.
biscuits.
That's what I mean. I'm surprised we don't see more
But
Sion.
he has 0
Like, it
deaths,
just
which
feels
is kind of
very
weird.
strong at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna say it.
These ADC pros
Sion W passive
needs to stop playing
is
Sion.
hooey. That's so broken. Why is
I
it?
think it nerfed.
We're 10 minutes.
Sorry, when you said hooey, I was like, bad? I was like,
Sorry, I was. Yeah, I had another word in mind that wasn't
Oh.
broadcast appropriate. So broken. It was incredibly strong. He has 400 HP for free 11 minutes in. That said, he's gonna need another 400. Apparently, I was wrong. It needs to be stronger, right? Never mind. It's broken.
no, Jojo needs 400 more mana, so Lot's okay. It's fine. You see?
In the game of resources, Sion does always win. He's just he's tank GP.
Yeah, the ult is maybe less strong than GP's ult, but still up there.
My point is he's just getting stuff for free just by farming. This is the thing the solo queue win rates won't show you. Too many people copying the boss and too many people in low elo who can't farm. It doesn't
What's wrong with copying the boss? EU Masters Champion
OP.
first split.
Now,
Won everything he's ever
Whoa.
participated in a professional setting.
fans, Thundersticks,
Nothing wrong with
eager
copying a play with those
anticipation
accolades.
of the next fight to come. And there will be a fight soon. Grubs spawned. Drake in 3, 2, 1. Now up and available. GX taking control of the top side of the map. Jackie's already going to be first on that top lane wave. It looks like Mkoi will just concede the objective. Pings are there. They know it's being contested. There's just nothing they can do about it. And this is
Jojo's
terrifying.
getting a
Nidalee
lot of
and
free time to
Tristana
farm in bot.
with 6 grubs. Something that has to be respected is Lot
Drifted for the cannon.
Has
Didn't get it.
has arrived. Thank
Drifted
you.
for the cannon, didn't get it.
Drifted his way
6
down to
grubs to
bottom lane.
GX. 6
Recovered
grubs
any
to
potential
GX
response
with
play.
Tristana.
Elyoya in the meantime has started Drake. Not sure how much health is remaining. But on the top side of the map, on 2K, thank you, observers. So we'll grab this one uncontested. And on the top side of the map, Mkoi doing what they can to hold the line.
1 Drake apiece.
Supa finally finishing. The
I think this
Bloodthirster
is
does mean
GX
he can
favorite
trade
game.
a bit more aggressively in some of these scrappier
They're having a
matchups.
great time here, but the Nidalee is the Nidalee. Is she gonna fall off a cliff?
MKOI might end up being in trouble here.
Nice forward step from Mirwin using the ult. He wants to turn back
Oh, he
onto
tries to
Jackie.
turn it.
Jackie's flashing away. Now
Oh,
waiting
what?
back in the arms of GX. Mirwin flashing
That
in
worked.
as well.
He's
Forward
out.
jump, Ignite. Ticking.
What?
Hops over the wall. And he'll be fine. Manages to escape.
Jackie's panicked. Was hoping that he'd be able to get the kill on towards Mirwin, so Buster shot at him in the hopes he could get the reset on the jump, but actually just shot Mirwin to safety. That means that nobody's able to finish off the low health Aurora.
Isma's here.
Aurora's TPing behind the Varus, but I think Noah sniffs it.
But the wave was also perfectly set up for Super to go in and get 100 extra gold on top of it. That's rough.
It's starting to get a little messy for Giant X. MKOI finding some nice picks, and now in a position where they can continue to start pushing in.
Aurora
off
slowly
top
getting
side,
some gold.
more
Still don't like the
gold
champ.
for Super, who already opening up a little bit of lead for himself, but we get to see it here on the replay. So Jun on a ward. So while MKOI
Oh, he
knew
misses
that
the
this
R.
was happening, weren't aware. I think
Why
that
didn't
Isla
Jun
was
just
there,
QR
but
him?
Jackie's watched the Buster shot here. Just goes in, hoping to get the kill and then get the jump out. Actually
Doesn't
just
die.
shoots Mirwin to safety, and then Mirwin's able to escape. Maybe Isabel could have been able to finish off that kill if he hadn't, but now back to live as Movistar Koi.
Everyone's culls finishing, but it's basically Koi who have the culls.
Control over different parts of the map. You've got Mirren, sorry, not Mirren, Supa in a very good position. He's about to take over not only just with the
Jojo has been sitting bot farming this whole time, just scaling against the Sion. He's Chovying, he has Triforce in base probably.
For, a fight in 3 minutes time at this dragon.
Or he could buy
potentially completed
10
for him.
pinks
He can take
up
over
to him.
with this ultimate.
It's a great call because that is the big break point, right? One item essentially completed for all the relevant members of GX. MKOI lagging a little bit behind. Jojo, presumably once he has a chance to reset, will be able to pick up that Triforce, even things up. Mirwin delaying his own build for bits and pieces.
Isma's doing solid on Nidalee, 129 farm.
Lost chapter as well, so enough money for a completed item.
Jojo bought 1 pink only. He's not feeling it today.
Cold, not what you're used to seeing, but makes sense against the Sion. Is Noah, nice ult flash
cleanse.
out.
Varus no flash.
Down and survive, but losing that cooldown before a fight is big. Noah also opting for the TP. Great if we end up in another backdoor situation. Great for moving around the map, but cleanse would also feel pretty good against a lot of the champions on the opposing team.
But it's also Giant X haven't really had a chance to use
Or
Noah's
a close
TP.
finish
They haven't
now.
gone for plays where you immediately move Noah into position. He comes in with the ultimate and tries to lock people down. And now that
Kinda losing in the Senna though.
giving over
Senna
towards
is
Movistar Koi in a lot of these positions.
kinda spiking.
Again, having access and use of that TP going to be way less effective. Like now, right? He is going to reset. Maybe he could actually TP up to help Giant X on his top side because Movistar Koi looking to defend.
It'll be a little bit tough. Everyone's stepping forward, threatening a potential all-in.
Trumpet guy, take over the whistle guy.
Jackie's a terror. Tears through the towers as well. Not able to get the tower down, but does get first access, pushes that wave, and setup on the Herald is there. Jojo does have TP, as does Lot.
But it's also Noah getting first access to mid, so you're being drawn around the map as MKOI, where you're not
like
really happy with how
MKOI
things
should
are.
try and
Super needs
stop
to
this
catch the
Herald
wave
at least.
mid,
Like, guys,
and now
what's
he's about
going
to
on?
move
It's just
over
losing it.
towards that Rift
I
Tower.
guess they have no mid push, no top
Not
push
surprising.
forever. This
Noah
Aurora is
easily
sitting
able
on
to
her
get
tower,
mid-prio.
losing push.
How many times will I
Can
say
we get a
that Bounty
fucking
Bars
fight
was
going?
Mid well.
Like I said, it's giving it.
Supa getting early armor penetration to try to help with the Scion, but I don't think that he's
Like
going
they're
to be able
down
to
in
find
gold,
a
but I
fight
feel like
here. Herald
GX runs this map.
effectively uncontested. Scouted out a bit. Certainly MKOI hoping maybe for 1 or 2 exit kills if someone missteps, but just don't have their waves in a great position. The only pushing part of the map is whatever part Scion is on, effectively. The only lane where they can really reliably push out.
Top tier 1,
Jackie's now
6
grabs
grubs,
a tower
Heralds.
on top of that, and while there is a bit of mud
football.
mid push, wow.
They're gonna dive the
Fifth
Varus.
game hits different. MKOI, 4-man dive. Jun here, trying to defend. Will ulti to isolate, but that's the ulti follow-up now coming in. Good route going in from Noah. Has cut out
didn't
Albert,
get it.
but he's still living. Everyone alive on the side of GX.
Oh,
And here
Sion!
comes the Scion! But they're going to sidestep.
Jojo
They're
is
going to dance
cooked.
around it like it's the Matrix.
Oh, he
Jojo's
flashed
still in
as
trouble,
well.
though.
Oh, he's
Noah's
out.
taking
No,
a
he's
finish
not.
with Flash forward, decimating smash. Noah
Knock up
finding
misses.
the kill. Is
Flash from
Muhammad and
Nidalee.
hopping right back
Did
out.
Mirwin not have
Get
TP
one
up?
in the mid lane.
MKOI desperately wanted
gonna
to try
think-
and
I'm gonna
play
guess he didn't
for
have TP
Supa
up.
there, get the tower,
Bot
get
tier
the
1 for
kills,
Jackie's.
but They fumble. And now it's Jackie's that's able to TP to the bot side and pick up that tower as well. It's MKOI trying to use the fact they got push on bot.
This is a GX
but
win, baby.
every time
This is a
Giant X
GX win.
have
That's a
TP
volume
unlocked,
increase.
He is using it defensively to save these plays.
Chad, how's your left ear
Last
doing
game it
against the
didn't quite
whistle?
work out. This time it is.
Stay strong, left
And
ears.
they're weathering the storm of whatever MKOI are throwing at them. holding on to a small gold lead, but it's important where that gold is. It's on the Nidalee, it's on the Tristana, it's exactly where you want it. The whistles are coming, the drums are there as well. GX march to war.
The whistle makes it look goofy.
Chat,
I still love
if
the
you have a
energy.
problem,
that quite
look
a
at me,
kazoo,
okay?
It's not, yeah.
Look at me. The
Not
left
here to
ear,
hate on
the whistle.
but the trumpet definitely hits a little diffy.
Now my right ear tanks it.
This
Now my
Sarah's
right ear
meant to
tanks
hit
it.
hard, though.
Alternate,
They
alternate.
needed it to the bot side. They got JoJo pushing top. I don't think they want to take the fight. He's going to keep going.
Mirwin just to threaten. JoJo continues to push on his side lane. You're right, trying to balance the gold out, but
Oh, yeah, my
GX
right
with
ear's
the
tanking
power of
it
the
now.
Herald going to
Oh,
push
yeah.
first. The response now, sending Loft back early. He can ult back to the wave, and he will.
Trumpet in the left ear.
JoJo
Beautiful.
Pune, last second Valkyrie just getting away from the hitbox.
Oh, TP
barely.
behind him.
Now they're looking to chase.
JoJo
TP behind him.
Pune, you're fucking
Right as he disappears. Noah on the way in.
dead. Come here,
JoJo
you
Pune,
rat.
no cleanse. Decimating smash into the ulti. Nowhere for the Corgi to go. Noah doesn't hit the auto or doesn't hit the Q, but doesn't need to. The final auto to finish it. And now it was a 900 goal lead just moments ago. It's growing even further, 1,500. McCoy at least firing back, but GX in firm control of the game.
Lot starting to push in the top side, and you've already got Jackies in the mid. Again, you've got 6 of these Void Grubs. It is very easy for Giant X to tear through these structures, and all they need is
How do you trigger the
Jackies
entire
to even
lead
take a
fan base?
sniff at it, and it should fall. But
It's easy.
with Noah on reset, just finished off his
bring
second
back
item
the
as well.
first
Thanks to
end
that
overlay.
kill. He's going to start to move back out onto the map. And Giant X kind of waiting in position to get everyone back out onto the map, but it does mean they haven't really done anything with killing JoJo. He'll just be able to respawn, and they haven't really threatened any of the towers.
And Jackie's, it looks like unspotted there by the Scryers. Luckily for Supa, it doesn't overstep. It does have the cleanse as well. It's Voracious Otacon spawning on the bottom side of the map, so potential false life for GX if they want to try to get aggressive and push this lane even further. Spear connects onto the GX.
Big engage onto the Maokai, but it's a bit deep.
Follow up is Noah's ultimate. Big damage going in as well. But the Twisted Advance will carry him out to safety. 2 members hit. By Nature's Wrath there from Elioya, but no follow-up. And GX, again, just getting to keep MCoy at arm's reach.
This is miserable. You're walking through just this funnel point, trying to get on towards Giant X, and Alvaro just needs to be careful, uses the
I
ground
can
entrance
hear
as an escape.
the whistle without
But
the whistle
still,
playing.
Ball back towards
I'm
Anakin, always an
so
option. They're
cooked.
just trying to whittle those health bars down.
Definitely the case. GX sitting pretty in this game, feeling pretty comfortable. Otacon, it does not look like there's a good angle for MCoy to contest, but they might try to force it anyway. Supa taking
Supa.
a decent chunk, does have Lord Dominix,
Low-key cult
as
here.
well as the Bloodthirster.
But no one's nearby. Big
Which
damage
means
from
that
Supa onto the Scion there.
It's not really a wet noodle
Let's
fight,
see,
but it's pretty close.
5% of
Time
his
to heal
health.
for both those champions. Scion probably wins eventually.
Yeah, I think with the Hollow Radiance and then the Soul Furnace, I think it was going to be a long old fight that Super was not going to be happy with the outcome, but does draw Giant X off of the Anakin. So honestly, a win. I know, so you can see just the 2 wards that are there that haven't been cleared out. Stillo is given that opportunity for Mirwin to TP in behind them and look for some sort of ult
How
play.
is that whistle guy
But
not
gonna
running
be
out of
necessary
air?
just yet. And this is kind of where the game has
What
thought
the
out.
fuck?
Giant X obviously slowly picking up dragons and waiting for them, but it still feels like they aren't entirely certain about how to get control when they don't win on the Scion push. And they're a bit nervous about leaving Jackies out to dry when Alvaro has access to that flash quickness.
I got lost in the sounds of the crowd in Madrid, Rob. I'm sorry. MCoy, push back. Lot now with the random ones. Ooh, that
He's
hurts.
passing it around, bro. That's even
That
worse.
is going to make him that much harder to get away from. The active slow on top of the reduction to. There's not a ton of crit yet. There will only be more as we go further in this game, I'm sure of it.
Same area, just engage.
Lock up there from Jun, looking to get the
I
party
mean,
started.
that looked
Excellent
really
ball
easy,
coming
and
from
it
the
worked.
Jojo
What the
Burns
fuck?
again, but they will finally finish the kill, but now the lockup is going in from the bars. Ultimate
Ah,
is Elioya, who's next to
yawn.
tree on the list. They get out of the way, but now Society, who found himself deeper in the back line.
Oh my
Q
god, he
back from
found the air.
Elioya, and a quick retreat from MCoy, but Mirwin wants to make the difference. Alting through, trying to get a bit of
God, I
damage.
hate this
Gets
MCoy
locked up,
comp with a
gets
passion,
knocked
like, it
back,
is so
gets
dog
sent
shit.
sky high by the decimating smash, and down he goes. GX taking everything in these fights.
What goes sky high goes 6 feet under when it comes back down. And that's going to be Anakin now, set up nicely. And again, playing through these chokes is just miserable. JoJo needed to
Jun
respect
just
Jun
walked
because
up the court,
look
he
at the
pressed
range
EQR and he
that
died.
GX can follow up on. The CC is there for so long. You have so much damage from Noah and Isma right the way back off screen. And Lot runs in, again, doesn't lose any health. And now
they just walk face first into him.
Into the Sion. Into the Sion.
Oh, it's from the top rope. Giant X.
Chat, I'm gonna do this because the whistle is driving me fucking crazy. Both my ears are so blasted.
I don't know, but it's certainly hell in a
They're
cell
so
for
fucking
Dynamite
blasted.
They're not getting a break here. And there is no
Oh
escape.
my
Jackie's
god.
going in now too with the false light. Reset
He has the
on
GA,
Rocky.
he has the
He's
jump.
going in.
Oh, he didn't get him.
JoJo
Oh, he did the Madrilla emote.
0-3 in the Corky and he still wins. That's kind of hilarious.
I can still hear it.
And probably a fast bomb. We'd have to look at the replay. Isma gonna grab another Drake. Infernal Soul after this will be about 5 minutes out. Baron also on the table for GX. It's feeling pretty impossible for him. When I think that last fight you saw the play that Mirwin did, that was a very slim margin.
I wish I could get game sounds without...
I think shows us where
You need to talk or we can still hear it. What do you want me to do? Just start a fucking yapping contest so you can't hear the fucking thing? Bro, you need a yapping contest? I'm your contestant. I am your contestant. Although we're 12 hours into the yapping session, bro. We need to find something else to yap about. 6 grubs, 3 drakes. Baron up in 40 seconds. There's 5 minutes on the next dragon, and MKOI doesn't really scale very well. No one can really deal with the Sion. He's a bit too tanky. He got the Randuins. It's going to do really well in TMF. Elio's building Randuins as well because they have an 80 carry mid, 80 carry, 80 carry. Lots of poke as well from the Maokai East. That's why he has the Liandry's. See how many saplings he can get down before the siege starts. Trun's going to go for the E and it's going to miss. Siege coming in. They have Atakan for around 20 seconds more, 30 seconds more. Looking for the top tier 2. If Jackies can get a bit of uptime, he should get it. Mirwin's looking for a pick. Pops the invis. Maokai comes out. Ultimate use. He gets instantly rooted by Noah, but it's a 1-for-1. They have the GAs though. Jojo looking. Jun misses the E. And looks like Lot is going to get mid tier 2 as well. Jackies jumps, emotes, and does the Madrilla emote. Alvaro gets absolutely rolled, packed, and smoked up by the Tristana ult. And Lot gets mid tier 2. Beautiful. Whistle guy is blowing. He is still... Oh, he's going to look for a solo kill here, isn't he? I know he is, that little rat. Boom. One tap. Jackies, 5, 1, and 0. Keep spamming the Madrilla. He is... Bro. He is spamming that Madrilla emote. Jesus. I hope Owen is getting in-game fucking... I hope he's getting money for that emote. Jesus. Chat, this guy... Like, I know me talking over it makes it so you don't hear it, but I can still hear it. It's literally in my fucking... What is it? What is a part of the brain? It's in my front esophagus. No, it's in my front cerebral cortex. Like it is just fucking locked in there. Jesus, man. Yeah, my hippocampus. Bro, it's being fucking hippocamped, bro. I just can't get that shit out. Maybe he stopped.
Nope. Hits him with the emote on the way out as well.
Oh my god, he stopped.
There's a lot at stake here. You know?
King of Spain.
Oh,
also, Jackie's and JoJo Pune trash talk.
Shut up.
Jackie's posted a picture with literal garbage this morning and said, "Head JoJo Pune or whatever."
Does the LEC chat hear it?
There's a lot of this. Is no one wants to.
Can someone stop this whistle, please? For the love of God, escort him out. You can mute that whistle for yourself by only using the right headphone. GX. What the fuck is that? Stop the flute, guy. It's a whistle! Now everyone's gonna join the chat and say Caedrel's a fraud. Good job, idiot.
Maybe. Yeah, they're the new #1 team.
They would
by trying to properties.
prove themselves as the #1 team in this group before, which you never would.
Oh my god, he almost died. Oh, he did die.
The power of the sun of the palm of Leona's hands gets the job done. Noah flashing in. Another ult to follow. Another kill on the board. And Jun takes another.
I mean, I'm happy Giant X won, but I'm happier for my eardrums. Like, it is an absolute blessing to be able to listen again to the sweet sound of peace and tranquility. What a wonderful world we live in. That's a Giant X win, 27 minutes in, 12-2 in kills. Noah looking for the 14th. Mirwin dead, that's gonna be the most useless Aurora I've ever seen in my life. Jojo dropping the 0-5-0 bomb after going 10-0. Chat, I can heal your ears. I can fix everything. Do you want me to fix it? I can fix everything for you right now. I will heal your ears. Is that better? We're chilling? Oh my god, what a beautiful song. Wait, they're traveling around Madrid, let's listen.
Yeah. And this is actually the line to get an autograph with
They're at a museum.
Maybe. Not his though. No, that's for sure. Let's go sightseeing.
Sightseeing, what is that? Yep.
Well, what a view. The city. Is that Barcelona?
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
We're in the car, guys. Let's go. Oh my god, it's Antonio! He's on the side of a bus, he made it! Holy, I've never been
They're listening to 50 Cent in the club, that's a banger.
We're shopping for souvenirs for stuff on the desk. With the twins.
With the twins?
The twins, yeah.
Twins! God, let's go back to healing the ears deal. Oh my god. The whistle guy is like he was never there. I don't even know what the whistle sounds like anymore. Now we can play The Thick of It by KSI. Deal? Kidding, I'm
about the way we push, but you're always gonna fall for that 5-stack bush. Fast play so clean, we won't ever stop. Got wrist breaking moves like Fnatic tops. Not a con, only thing that we tend to botch. Yeah, it might be a circus, but it's fun to watch. Gym bros impressed with the way we flex. Here and best are never ready for the mere one vex. We got the best new picks and they're adding up, but Frogs don't want to see them, so I interrupt. Excuse me, Barbarito, I don't want to make a scene, but our boys have started cooking like it's 2019. Give me chaos. Never gonna settle for this boring plays, no way. Give me chaos. Never gonna feed, but we will create some space. Give me chaos. Greedy for the glory, so we're only chasing dreams, making titles, trophies, highlights, international memes. Give me chaos. Pit fight, miss might, everybody sit tight. First strike, ignite, running through the red light. Big bite, wolf light, bringing all the hype as we be howling at the moonlight. Stop talking, we don't need your opinion. When we get more value, last hitting a minion. About to leave your head spinning like a Garen main. Outdated like Dominion, where you're playing the game. Man, please, don't call me Sally. With the XDD, we'll be getting chatty. Tap father throwing hands like he's Paddy the Batty. He'll be taking you to school and you'll be calling him daddy. Movement is so crazy, you would think it's a glitch. Khalid's dodging every skill, shopping out from glitch. You want something new? Well, we'll grant your wish. We got a brand new mantra and it goes like this. Never gonna settle for those boring plays, no way. Give me chaos. Never gonna feed, but we will create some space. Give me chaos. Greedy for the glory, so we're only chasing dreams, making titles, trophies, highlights, international memes. Give me. Got a rookie buffet, and you know that we ate. Vladio Pawe breaking your plates. Always betting on ourselves, don't mind the hate. Like Alistair's dad, we be raising the stakes. Then staking our claim on international fame, throwing dirt up on your name, trying to stifle your shame. We know you can't stop watching like your moth to a flame, flipping birds, coins, barren, flipping every game. Tell me who will get the credit when that Baron pops. You're calling you Montoya, praying that he stops. Really think you're pretty special if you beat
song
G2,
jams.
solo leveling like Sun Jin. No more loyalty to scripts. Yeah, I want something new. The time for royalty is over. Revolution in blue. Revolution in blue. Revolution in blue.
Give me.
Revolution in blue.
Give me.
Revolution in blue. Give me chaos. Never gonna settle for those boring plays, no way. Give me chaos. Never gonna feed, but we will create some space.
I don't want to hear a whistle ever again. I can. You can't hear in chat. No W, no W, no W. Corky has flash. Okay, never mind. It's back.
Oh my god, Lottie.
Yeah, so good! Nice! Okay. I'm doing National. I'm doing National, guys. You need to.
Bro, they love the nice.
12 possible games. Uno mas in Madrid. I wouldn't have it any other way. None of us would, I think. I think we could see it coming, you know? We knew this was probably going to happen. And all credit to GX after the horrible game 1, right?
Yeah.
The stomach that they bounced back so eloquently.
Such a picturesque event. I feel like every series is going the distance. And I'm so glad to see Giant X bounce back after a pretty disappointing game 1 that was pretty much a stomp for M4.
Yeah.
But this team continues to impress me. Like, it's Giant X. Like 2 weeks ago, there were
Giant X
nobodies
always
in our
steps
league.
up.
And the fact that at a place this huge with the
On the
fans around them,
LAN.
that they're still willing to say, well, okay, we got the Virus first pick. Let's build a poke combo around it.
Each of these series, the team that wins game 1 loses
That's
the
so
series.
impressive. Like
Stand in Italy.
Well,
How good was the
I'm
Italy?
down to see who wins if Whistle Guy
It's not like
he
it was
stops
a
whistling.
1v9 mission, but the fact that you're winning on Italy in Europe, where 113 is the only one successful on it, that's still impressive.
Better or worse than Jankos?
You're his former teammate.
Hey, I mean, I think Jankos not a bad in Italy, but he's pretty old these days. I mean, it's tough, right? Mechanics, everything.
So Isma.
I'm gonna take Isma.
Isma, yeah, you're right. Like driving the game home, either case. Also, the mid lane matchup, funnily enough, we started off by having Jackie's kind of flame Jojo. Jojo had his number in the first game, but Jackie's also sent out a tweet.
Yeah, I was really happy.
Met Jojo Pune on the street before our match. Gonna be a banger.
Jojo. I thought it was just great showmanship for this match, as you see here.
I did not know this was coming. I thought to myself, oh, I wonder what they were doing together.
Oh my
nice
god.
Cell Jack. I like that. Oh.
Yeah, and he followed up
Banger
on it
tweet,
with a
actually,
meeting
on
game.
Grump.
Second game.
Yeah, and this is a really hard matchup for Tristana in the early game. You could see it in the first few levels, but Jackie's, he persevered. And then as you start to scale on this Tristana, you just get so much more useful than the Corki. And Jackie's had a phenomenal performance.
No, absolutely. I still also continue to think that Lot is really growing into this stage environment. And while he's only playing Cyan, he was still managing to find these crazy angles where he just got knock-ups where MKoi wasn't expecting it.
I think that's harder than it looks.
Oh, it absolutely is. Basic
champion.
Yeah, making
Number one
basic
Nidalee is
champions work
failure.
with no dashes, putting them in positions where they've dodged all the vision. That's a skill in itself.
It's also just great drafting, right? Like for the side of MKoi, you have 3
Bro,
champions
someone in
that
chat
really
is
want to
linking
burst
me
down
whistle
the enemy
sound
carries
effects to listen to.
with the
Not
Corki,
happening, Micah.
with the Aurora, and with the
Not
MF.
happening.
You can't really kill this Scion whatsoever. You even saw Supa going for the LDR second, but it didn't matter. He could not kill the Scion.
Yeah, I remember already 17 minutes into the game, it wasn't even the Cyan, the Leona too. There were 5 members around Koi looking for the dive. They land everything, and I tell you everything on the Leona. Walks out with half HP.
Yeah. She's like, see ya. Speaking of, Noah did a great job. Jun has done a great job, and I think, you know, overall, I'm still waiting for them to get like that consistent level, which I know, you know, at a point they were the best bot lane, right?
I'm
when
not
they were in
adding ult,
Fnatic
chat.
and
I'm
it was
not adding ult.
considered, there were a lot of ups and downs, and I think
I'm
we've
not
seen
adding
glimpses of it, and we saw it again here when Noah has a good game, he has a great game, and he can really take over together with his team.
Yeah, I think Virus is just his bread and butter. Bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
I have a joke. Caedrel,
Looks
please
so
give me a
comfortable,
chance.
that champion. Even
Should we give him a chance, chat?
Teleports behind Jojo here to
Followers
flank
since
him.
2025,
I feel like he's one of the
non-sub.
best lethality
Chances
viruses
of
in
getting
our league,
cancelled,
and it was great to
80%.
see him show up today to make this a
Not happening.
competitive series, so he can go all the way.
Look at Lot and Noah teaming up, as you said there, GB.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, teams and maybe players we've
Chances of
come
getting
to,
cancelled is
before this
very
event at least,
high.
not expect too much of
No,
anymore.
right off a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Until suddenly we care a lot about the performance that they're currently
watching
showcasing.
LTA tonight.
We're invested
No.
in it, and I think going into the next game as
Is there any
well,
good LTA games tonight?
Israel's still available.
Bum, bum,
Bit of
bum,
an
bum,
iconic
bum.
Noah champion too. Could be contested.
Yeah, I like that you bring it up, and it's something we also said, like sometimes things are a certain way in the LEC, but in these particular fan bases, you can be huge, and you know, studios is where you can be born as a player,
¿Quién
but
vive en la
arenas is
piña?
where you
Wait,
become
bajo del mar?
legendary. And I
Was
think
that the
when we
SpongeBob
look
SquarePants or
across
what?
these two teams, they have a real opportunity for that here. We talked so much about the momentum of what this can carry. And when we lay it out for either side, it's, you know, we said for MKOI, and even though they beat Fnatic yesterday in that insane game, you still kind of feel like they are a bit like walking away with regrets from the weekend if they don't win this next game.
It's a crazy
Bob
lead we're in, that we're
Esponja.
coming into this weekend thinking Giant X,
Bro, the
all
time
hope
between
is
games
lost.
is
They're
long.
completely out. And if they win this game, they tie with Movistar Koi. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the standings
Actually,
up
the
for just a
standings are
second
kinda
because I think
cooked.
maybe we're losing track sometimes.
I think
but this is for
Vitality is
the
getting much
LEC.
better.
Big
Giant
one, right?
X, if they
Look
win
how
this
close
series,
this playoffs
will be getting
race
much
is.
better. Koi will
Third
be
place
tied with
is
them.
tied with
Who's
a
tied with
3-3 score.
this area of the
Everyone
map.
else is coming up almost with 2 wins.
Wait,
And
there's
Giant
like
X
wins this,
everyone's good apart
then
from
they're
Rogue. I
also
think
tied
if
with a bunch of
if
teams.
Giant X wins
Yeah.
this
This
series,
can really go anywhere, and I think it's a crazy moment that Giant X is starting to peak. It's exactly when they need it. They almost cannot allow themselves to lose this next game. Not for pride, not for the fans.
Rogue
they're
had the
here,
chance
but
to do the
more importantly,
funniest
not
thing
for
ever.
themselves.
For the King
Here
of Madrid, that's why they
Raquel
need to
Exactly.
win this.
The King of Madrid also. It's in play. It's in play. Some viewers who are just like tangentially watching are probably like, what are they talking about? Like, why are they in Madrid? What is the King of Madrid? MKOI has chosen the blue side. The added context here that we have to remember is that MKOI does not have
hello
Melzet
from
at
YouTube.
the-
I
at
love
the
the
moment.
content.
He
You
had
earned
to
my
step off for
Prime sub.
personal
Remove this
reasons,
part of
so
the
we have
message after
Step, and on
pasting
the
each
other
other.
side, I
What
think when you talk about chips on shoulders,
You're dumb as fuck.
Giotto had a big one yesterday, getting that huge scalp of G2,
dumb
but he
as
doesn't
fuck.
want to walk away with a loss here, so a lot is on him in terms of
Actually,
getting
that was
this
a nice
red
message.
side draft piloted correctly.
Yeah, and I think MKOI are choosing blue side because, as you said, GB, you got a little champions here. There are so
MKOI.
many power picks available.
Yeah,
tell
I
you
mean,
what
we still
joke
got
me, Tom.
Asia, Yone, Ezreal, as we talked about. Poppy still available for some niche moments. Kalista, Sejuani, going into a game
you
3
tired?
of Fearless
I'm not that tired.
with these power picks that we usually see
downtime's quite heavy,
contested
though.
in the first game means there's a lot of pressure on red
Heavy
side
is
because you
the
can't get rid of all of them.
Yeah, and normally I feel like in Fearless, it's like game number 3. That's a pretty goated side.
Yeah, I love that we brought that back up. Shade from production, what?
Wishful thinking.
It's game number 3, I feel like, that red side starts to have an advantage because there's so many power
Yeah.
picks out. But in this series, so many of those bans have been invested into the power picks that we're going into game 3 here with 6 picks that I think could be first picked.
Yeah, that's a bit crazy.
You have them all here?
Yeah, well, these are not. These are
Let
the
me
ones we
guess.
kind of listed out as power picks that we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And the ones we're looking at. And I think red side is also more difficult in this exact scenario with GX and MKOI against each other because I think some of their players are very similar. When I look at Jackie's and I look at Jojo Pyun, they're pretty much the same coin with 2 different sides. And I think even from a bot lane perspective, Super and Noah, they heavily
Oh my
lean
God, the
towards
whistle's
same
back.
champions.
Yeah, for sure. I think also Lot and Mirwin have both been playing very similar champions recently.
let's go into the draft. All right. Put it up. Wait, let's do a fucking whistle check.
So much more
We're
memorable.
results Andes, but what else can we do?
I mean, at the end of the day, like, this is the result that's going to change their way
This is
to
my
move
playlist.
upwards towards playoffs. So, of
Yeah.
course,
This is
we're
a
going to look
Minecraft
around
playlist,
this and
Ricky.
see
If
the
you listen to that,
improvements.
then big
I think
W.
he's gotten a lot of praise from us.
Giotto also said it. He had a quote right before this event saying,
Whistle
we
gone.
have
Whistle
practiced,
gone.
not that we usually not practice hard, but like extra hard. There's so much going into this in terms of the expectations on our shoulders, but also we know what this can mean. It's almost
Chat, emergency
it's almost
music
a
mute
gift.
button is
So
ready
let's
in
see
case
if
the
they
whistle
can
guy
bring
comes
it
back.
home, but on the other hand,
Talk to me.
I don't know, man. It would
Kalista
be
Ben.
poetic if it's MKOI. Also
took the whistle
from
guy
A,
out?
let's
Wait, did
not
they actually?
forget struggling position if they get to 2-0
Now
on the
Fury
weekend in their own home.
Regardless of who wins, you have a fantastic story on
I
your
think
hands.
GX might need to ban Azir here and Yone.
Last draft of Madrid.
I think it's a mistake if they don't
Enjoy it.
Let's make it a banger.
Yo, so we've been seeing some Jax bans
Yone
coming out
ban,
here. What
nice.
is it they're looking for with Gren out of the table when they're already banning Jax?
Wait, Whistle
Jax
guy
for
actually
the
got
first
taken out.
three?
It could be an
Big.
idea of just a Yone pick. Like the Jax isn't paired up into the Yone, but it works really well into the Yone Sejuani. You see that getting taken away. It could also be a potential top lane blind pick. Sometimes
He's
you
back.
use your first 3 bans to set up a 4-5 pick, so you have more bans for the 4-5. That could be an
Silas
angle, or
ban
they
is
could
here,
even first
Ben.
pick something here. A Silas ban as well. Is very
Ambessa first pick. Into Ambessa first pick, I'm thinking Renekton Sedge here for GX or something, or Renekton and then maybe jungle on 3 and take your strongest AD. Could take like Renekton Victor, I think would be quite powerful in EU. Alia Core, yeah, think Renekton Victor here is a really good answer. Jungle on 3, you could go like Ivern into Sedge if they play Ambessa Sedge, yeah, like it a lot. And I think your draft is fucking strong. Drop bot lane and cook would go hard. I don't know what Koi will respond with though. I think they're gonna have to pick JoJo's mid laner. I think let them have the Sedge and just play Ivern into it. Take the Renekton. Easy win. Easy win. Because Yoya... Ooh, I don't like that because Yoya is a good Ivern player. So they could play Ivern here. I guess Renekton is good into the Ivern shields. They could take the Ivern. Concerned about mid pick though. What's JoJo gonna do? Is he gonna have to play Ryze or some shit? Whistle guy check.
yesterday, but it's still also just
Big.
one of his favorites.
Yeah, it's one of his boys.
Xin
He
Zhao,
looks like him,
okay, I
apparently.
cook with Xin Zhao, I like it.
I
They're
get
going
that.
Renekton on 3, guys. I'm telling you, for I'll fucking... Bro, if they don't go Renekton on 3, they're absolutely busy. Okay, Nico, I like Nico as a champ, very strong. Renekton on 3, strong pick. Good target mid laners here.
Listen, can
Or you could target
survive
ADs.
back to yesterday.
Depends
I
what you're
think it's
searching
going
for.
to Alvaro,
Yeah, for sure.
Just because we called it out, I feel like a Nico currently is so important, is very difficult. But if
Ezreal
you
ban.
play
I
it right,
wonder if
you can
GX
have
are gonna
the
slam a
biggest
Lucian on
payoff
4
and
because
momentum, but it is a difficult
I
champ
think-
to play. You need to get the angles off.
I
It
think
needs to
they're
work
gonna
in your
ban
favor.
supports here if they're not fucking
and you're
griefing.
flabbergasted.
Yeah, I'm confused.
I think
Why
they will
are
have
we
to go
banning Ezreal
Lucian
red side ourselves? I
on
feel like you're
4
such
and
a
maybe
good
like a
full pick,
Nami on
Jack.
5 or
Help
some
me.
shit.
I am very surprised here. I think the
Nautilus
idea is
ban,
to
nice.
take away some of those poking ADCs.
They could go
with the
Ashe, I
Nico
guess. Ashe
support.
is... I don't
But
like it though.
I mean, Giant
I
X
kinda
must
like-
have a
I kinda
specific
like
ADC
Lucian on
in
4.
mind here, and they did hover hyper carry. It might just be that Noah wants to play something like the Jinx or the Zeri,
Could ban another
just try
AD.
to scale and carry
banned
that way,
Wei.
as Ezreal can be really good into those type of lanes to
Is
bully them
Supa a
early game,
Draven
but
player? No,
I
right?
really wanted to see the Ezreal on 4, like you said.
Am I trolling? It's not going mid, is it?
No, it's a very hard matchup into
hard,
Victor.
right?
And
Oh,
I
they
got
banned the
flamed
Lucian.
yesterday by
Nice
Victor 'cause I
snipe.
said it could be mid, yeah. He says like it can't go mid.
Listen, you never know.
I guess
Team
they will
makes
just
stupid
go
decisions
Ashe
sometimes.
Jin then, or what?
People
Trade
People
ADs?
on
ADs?
our team should know that.
Why is Noah laughing?
Imagine it goes mid now. That'd be crazy.
No, but like, I don't know. I think it's one of the reasons why they did
The
so
Whistle
well
guy
against
is
Fnatic
quieter,
yesterday
chat,
as
at
well.
least.
I'm loving this Nico pick for Alvaro.
Oh.
Mr. Useful.
I mean, you do have the DPS from the
Imagine
Victor
it was Zeri.
already, and enemy team is
Are they
not
gonna go
building any
Zeri
sort of
Lulu?
tank competition at all. I'm not sure about the Ashe. I think I prefer Jhin a lot more, but
Lovers, it's Zeri.
Zeri, this is very scaling. This is like last game of the tournament. We are scaling front to back,
Do
baby.
you like it or not?
I don't know if I like the Zeri.
Do you feel like they
Caitlyn
have
is
enough
quite...
engage right now
Is
in
Caitlyn
GX?
Nico a
'Cause
good
all
lane?
the
I mean, it
engage
probably is a
supports
good lane
out,
into
right?
Zeri. That sounds
Isthmus
fucking
and Renekton,
horrendous to play.
Sejuani and
Caitlyn
Renekton's
Nico
currently
into
the only
Zeri
thing.
sounds
Is it
fucking
enough?
toxic.
Super picks this. He has massive balls. I mean, this is an
Ooh, he
incredibly
actually did.
hard lane to pull
No,
off.
we're in Spain. Cojones.
I guess he is gonna go... I guess they're having to go
Okay, anyways,
Zeri
it's
Lulu or
locked
what?
in.
He tried. Okay,
Not a
wow.
big fan
So
with
it's gonna
Sage,
be
but I mean, it
Caitlyn
makes the comp
Nico
strong.
bot lane,
Makes the comp
and
pretty
their
strong.
goal is to hard punish
What do you
this
go mid
Zeri,
here?
get her behind
Ambessa,
early game,
Xin Zhao,
and just
Caitlyn,
make her
Nico.
life miserable.
Miserable.
I don't know what fits,
Oof.
man. Just pick Ryze or some
I love
shit,
it.
or...
Still puzzle about that
I
mid
don't
lane
know.
pick here into the Victor.
Yeah,
Orianna,
you really
maybe?
want something that can fight
Orianna's
and skirmish
strong with
well, but the
Xin Zhao.
Silas is
Asol.
out. Not sure what he has, what Jojo has
Blitzcrank
left.
slam. Did he lock that in?
Oh!
It was.
Chat, I'm gonna run ads. If you don't know about ads, you can use the tier 102 try and subscribe to the
You
channel,
and I
support the channel, and get
drove
1
home,
month of
baby,
ad free
just
viewing
like,
experience.
I
You have to
can
have the channel
do
to the
you
1 2
one
back for the game
But
sides
now you
because
have some
I have only have to give the
scaling
ads
for the
during
side
the
of
game. And
Echo.
Is that
insta-lock
locked in?
Blitzcrank is
I
kinda
It
cool.
is. It's an insta-lock Blitzcrank
Holy,
here.
Oh my days.
0.0%. It's so confidence inspiring.
I feel like the level 1 is so rough. Even if you get the hook, you still kind of lose. When does it start winning with a Zeri?
You really need level 3, but probably level 6 to be honest, because that's when Seri gets that
I
ultimate
will
and can start
never
to actually be a
subdue you,
menace.
noob.
But the biggest thing that comes
Okay.
when you're locking in this Blitzcrank is setting up for jungle attention. A lot of the pressure that comes from Blitz is not from his inherent kill power is not that high, but he can set up ganks so incredibly well. So I want to see, can Isma play around bot lane, help Noah out?
And that's a big point, Jack, because they have spent so many weeks now getting Isma integrated into this team. This is almost at the last hurdle that they need to make it work. That integration needs to be there.
This is their final exam for now. This is holding
the final exam.
For those playoffs in the LEC, in the fire of Madrid. But Movistar Koi is on the other side. They say, we set up this entire event. You think we're not going to win both of our matches and not win our match versus our Spanish rival in Giant X? Who knows? Let's head over for one last time to our tremendous casters who have been doing a kick-ass job. Please,
kick-ass job.
Bring us home.
Oh my God, it's an honor to pick up Look, I didn't think a lot of people expected that we would be here, but how perfectly fitting it is that for our entirely made-up title of the King of Spain, we got our 2 Spanish representatives, both winning their series yesterday. Today, taking it to game 3. Everything on
if
the
it was a
line
joke,
now,
I'm already
betting
subscribed.
On the Blitzcrank.
I'll give you 2 LEC spots if you stop the whistle guy.
I looked at
log
this
in.
and I was kind of in GB's boat where I was like, I don't know if I believe in the Blitzcrank. Like, Caedrel immediately just nets away. It's really hard to get her. And then
the whistle guy
post
now.
level 6, you're hooking Alvaro into ult. Like, he just gets to do
Who
the
will
thing
win
he
this
wants
game?
to do.
I think
agree,
Koi will win.
But at the same time, I turn the nameplates on and I see
I think
Jun,
Jack.
and I remember the high highs. Now I've seen
I
the
don't know,
low
man.
lows.
I think
But
GX will win this
remember
game.
a man
Fuck
who
it.
on Renata single-handedly embarrassed half of our region last year in winter. I remember a man who took Fnatic to high highs. I don't remember his.
Sorry, I'm posting an Instagram reel.
I was gonna say.
I'm posting an Instagram reel. That's why I'm looking at my phone. Boom. Just like that. What can I say? Almost daily uploading on the Instagrams. Holy fuck, the crowd is loud. At least if the crowd's this loud, it drains out the whistle guy.
So to be fair, the last time we played it was Spring Playoffs 2024.
Yep.
Win against BDS went 0-0-12.
That's a good
He
score.
can't really hope for
Big
much
hook.
more, especially when he's got the hooks already.
Big hook. Ignite dropped. Try and get that guy chunked out. Oh, we dodged the Q.
And the Q misses. Oh, that's
Bro, this lane sounds horrendous to play this area. At least I got a hook ignite already early.
Ignite, but again,
Not
the
bad.
goal here,
Bro,
you
that
just
guy
burn
with the whistle,
subs.
please.
The setup, flash, the
Sorry if
knockup
I'm complaining.
could be easy. This
So
is gonna be a
loud.
tough lane regardless.
It also makes you way more vulnerable underneath.
It's a nice reel, Cage. We'll keep it up. Thank you.
So usually you want to wait for level 2 as Blitz to try and try out your stuff because then you get the punch up, but you're never winning level 2 in this matchup. So
Okay, Jojo got that push.
means that as you approach tower here, Jun can play way more aggressive on the wave and try and fish for these.
Hook under tower. No ignite though. No tower aggro.
Good discipline from Alvaro.
Yeah, has the heal as well.
Gets the minion there, Jun. Noah, sorry. I mean, Zeri got a few minions and she still has her pot. Like, health-wise, potions-wise, GX are in an actual fine spot. Some guy commented on my Instagram reel, praise the whistle guy. Bro, shut up. Could Q here and fake flash. Or you could flash Q for no reason and just make him dodge it for free. Why doesn't he just Q forwards and fake a flash? Like, what? Why does he flash Q?
Already Giant X coming into this game strong, and again, that's exactly what they needed. This is such a crucial game that could decide their split. Having this at least decent early start is exactly what you need.
It definitely is, and for GX, this is a situation where we did not expect them to be, right? They were the odd man out.
Is it just a swap angle
1 in 4.
for Zeri
A
Blitz?
team that's greatest achievement was seemingly cursing themselves.
I think GX have a good swap angle, really good swap angle. Get the fuck out of that lane.
Opponents, bringing MKoi to a third game. Need to see how far they can go, and right now things aren't off to a bad start. Right, Noah and Jun doing a decent job in the lane phase, and for Jojukun already losing that flash to Isma is rough, right? Aurelion Sol, a champion that stuns himself to breathe fire.
Renekton fucks Ambessa, yeah, but Zeri's getting fisted in this lane the longer it goes on, I think.
Yeah, but sometimes you
needs to get out of there.
No place like home, and that's exactly what's happened for Giant X. Moving back, coming to Spain, has
Gonna
really
freeze.
invigorated this team, and even for like guys like Isma who have been taken a brunt of.
Oh, Renekton has been sent into the Shadow Realm in this swap, actually. He has been sent into the Shadow Realm. Is Ambessa gonna die for it, though?
Underneath, Mad Lions underneath their banner in Spain. So
Well, that whistle guy's going ballistic, I can hear it. Nice cover here in bot by Isma.
Been performing well, but
100%.
now Gonna have to go up against Isma, who definitely a much more crowd favorite, I will say.
Gets spotted by the vision plant
Still,
and
it feels like
GX.
Giant X kind of fitting into
They
what
get the
has
swap
been
they
a very
wanted.
nice
I
home
don't
crowd.
know if Ambessa can farm though. I know the camera's on Renekton and it looks bad, but I don't know if Ambessa's having a fun time.
Players come alive, and GX seem to be a team full of the kind of players that
I would love a camera top angle.
That kind of environment, that kind of attention, that kind of pressure. For now, though, look, we heard it on the desk. It's scaling, scaling, scaling. There will be some quiet time. There will be some downtime.
Yeah, Ambessa can't farm. So it's actually even better of a swap. Renekton's getting so far ahead. And I think that they've blundered the swap here, Koi. They would have needed to send Nico top, I think. And let Caitlyn solo lane. Trumpet guys popping off.
But just as you hear that man playing trumpet, the perfect representation of what happened this weekend. I didn't think we'd get it, but here we are. That trumpet slaps, and so did GX.
But it's really putting them
Like,
into
this
contention.
Ambessa
The
is
desk
so
highlighted
cooked,
well.
man. He's getting XP, but he's
so
not
many
getting
of our
a farm.
teams are sitting on that 3-win.
But
like
Renekton is
G2,
getting a bit of
Bobby
farm. He's
Star,
already up
Koi,
12
BDS,
CS or some shit.
Heretics, SK at 2 and 3, Vitality at 2 and 3. Giant X sitting at 2 and 4. If they can push themselves up to 3 and 4,
Now, is
gives them
Ambessa gonna
a
get dove?
Much better
He can't,
scenario.
right? The wave's
to
never
try
gonna
and
crash,
fight
'cause it's just
for
perma-frozen.
those top spots.
Is
And
it worth
especially
to push
when
and
you have
dive?
teams to face that are still threatening for those spots, like Heretics. If you can start to hand them a couple of losses as well, it can mean so much for you getting and eking into that top 6. So it's not out of the wood yet. But if Giant X can just pick up a win here, it could be so crucial.
They push for the grubs.
To have that momentum going into teams that are effectively
Renekton level
tied
6, a bit hard
with
to
you
dive.
In terms of score, I believe both Team Heretics and BDS are 3 and 3. GX will be 3-4, so they'll have played one more series. You highlighted it well, right? Those matchups are the ones that matter most. Those are the ones that will decide not only if you can make playoffs, but your placement within the top 6. MKOI, though, they're also at 3-3. Feels like a sure thing for playoffs, but maybe that's a bit more contentious now that there's a Blitzcrank flying face person to Jojo.
Lean by Jojo,
He,
got the wave,
however,
kinda.
is going to drop a star on their head.
Pulls W's away, no flash blitz.
Fly away.
I was ready to flame Jojo, and that worked out 10 times better than I expected.
Yeah, this Renekton,
The
yeah,
ultimate
definitely is not
magic
having
keeping
fun.
alive. He got all of the wave as
Wow,
well.
top lane is just
and
such
then
an
he was able to go
unfun
for the
role in
reset.
pro
So
play,
a
isn't
little
it?
unfortunate you have to burn the ult, but when it was Jun who was aggressively
Get
going
permanently
on that wave,
counterpicked and never get the lane against your opponent anyway.
Holding on is perfect.
So you get counterpicked for 5 minutes and
Keeping
you
the
lane
pressure up
burst
on
2
the
people
bottom
after you
side
get
as well, allowing
counterpicked.
Supa
That's
to
great,
slowly
isn't it?
amass a gold lead over Noah, who's now matched up against Mirwin.
You
You'll
lose
have
your
to
lane,
be
you lose
careful
your lane harder.
about the potential all-in
Oh,
from
this tower
Mirwin.
is getting
Lot really
blasted.
cannot step forward here. Has the ult,
And
he might
the
be
gold
forced to
that
burn it
GX
soon, but
denied
just
by
losing
freezing is
plates
the gold
left
that
and right.
Koyer
This
is
is kind
getting
of
on the
the
power
dream
plates.
scenario for the Caitlyn, to be honest.
That's what I was going to say. Supa's in a phenomenal spot, but I don't feel like this ever gets better for Lost. Because even if you end up in the matchup against Mirwin, I think Mirwin's going to have to bypass the area where Lot can
But then the
bully
beauty
him
of
as
top lane is
effectively,
after 20 minutes,
so
just
the
come along
fact that
and
you have
one-shot
MKOI
everyone.
swapping here helps out Mirwin getting into a better spot and then helps out Supa.
So you're scaling.
Plus, as you get later in the game, Lot is going to struggle to get into fights. You've got like Jojo, Pure, and Supa who are going to play from a mile away. He's not really going to be able to jump onto the back line because he has to go through Mirwin, through Elyoya, through Alvaro as well. So he's effectively just a follow-up boss for whatever Isma's doing. And if that just lands on the front line, there's little that Lot can do.
reset.
So I think this is where the fact that Lot is already being put behind is just going to make this 10 times worse for him as it gets to the later portion of the game.
Yeah, really tough to move your way gracefully through lane in that kind of scenario, but at least has a 200 individual gold lead over Mirwin. For now, will get harder as Mirwin gets more levels under his belt. And the whistle continues. I hear it in my dreams and my nightmares, Rob. Sometimes I'm not even sure.
Sometimes the trumpet comes to save you.
Sometimes the trumpet saves me.
Yeah. Your
The
sound and shining armor.
The devil and an angel on my shoulder in
see
the form of a
Xin Zhao,
trumpet,
that's
the devil
important.
in the form of a whistle.
The Xin Zhao is on the weak side.
Weird
technically.
purgatory
Okay.
is this.
Try next. Look at the play on bot side. Mirwin
Cover the
isolated.
dive.
Jun, X flash forward. I think just going to clear the wave. Will now ulti for the fall. Just goes face first into Jackie's ulti's traded, but Jojo might be the one in trouble. A little bit slow here. It's just two epic mages trading extremely large circles.
Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world. Both of them, as you say, perfectly happy. I think the focus for me is always eyes on Jun. Jun is going to be the guy that has to move around the map and make these plays happen. Isma now at level 6 can kind of facilitate those to a certain extent, but
Making
when
plates.
he's just
I mean, the
completely
Caitlyn,
pushed
even
out
though
of the
she
wave,
took a
there's
lot of
nothing
plates,
you can really do.
she's not that
I
far
agree,
ahead
and at
of
the
this
same time,
area.
MKOI are doing... They're just rinsing and repeating. They've
Yes.
found
Nice
their
by
formula
Lot,
to
really
victory,
nice.
and it
Okay, now
is
Zeri's gonna match. She got her
double
BF sword, which
Caitlyn's,
I guess is
one
what she
eco with
needed,
extra
right?
Ranged, one actual Caitlyn. Following Lot wherever he goes and taking plates out from underneath him.
Yeah, and you can already see that starting to accrue in the gold, right? 10 CS lead already, plus the plate leads. Nether, it looks like they're going to swap back as well. You are going for the collector build, which I think is slightly worse in this position. I think you could have just gone for a full
Trumpet guy popping off, my goat.
It does depend on when you reset if you get enough gold for the BF sword, but even in this sort of situation, I think you could have just held off because you are just rotating away from Noah and Jun in a lot of these situations. But yeah, we'll have to see if it actually comes back to be a major factor. It's just, it means that Isma will get a lot of value from being tanky. Loss going towards what I imagine will be some early play to steel caps will also benefit too, but we'll have to see. Maybe he just wants to Berk threads.
Jackie's emoting big time.
Would make sense. A couple of decent options. But for now, I will say that GX, 300 gold deficit against a Caitlyn, not the end of the world, right? Zarya champion that we consider to scale very well.
Oh,
champion doesn't always have
Super
that time.
Colt, big time.
Better if it means Supa getting caught out. 90 caliber.
I'm surprised
net,
no, I didn't flash send it there.
He
has no vision, I guess, right?
Escape, flash, ghost burned, but a nice look from the side of GX.
Unfortunately, Jun didn't get down there. I'm not sure if he spotted Mkoi in the river and was like, oh, I need to cover Jackie's on the middle wave, so there's less play there, but didn't immediately shift down. And also Noah burnt the ultimate but didn't connect with it, I think, or maybe wasn't able to get the speed up that he needed when the net connected at least, but wasn't able to follow. So at least they pushed him away, but would have loved to get the kill on Supa and give some of that needed gold into
he just didn't have it up or what?
Certainly would. Noah, of course, did get a little bit of time alone in this bot wave as Alvaro's going in to try to solo kill Noah. Cleanse from Noah still locked up. Ace in the hole.
Noah wants the cannon. No, oh my god!
Blooming blows.
He wanted the fucking cannon. He didn't get it.
Alvaro burns the heal to make sure the play happens. It's Noah is completely gone, so I think that's bot.
I like that Renekton bases instantly.
Going to be able to get 6 void
Zeri took a bad trade. Renekton insta bases and just runs bot.
Towers has not been their
Or is he
strongest
going to run
so
mid?
far
He's
this
going to
game,
run
and I
bot.
think that trend is going to
And he's
continue.
going to catch that wave that
Unless they
Zeri
can
would have
dive
lost.
Mirror in here. Nobody in the area. No TP for Jojo Pyun on reset to move into the top lane.
And Mirwin should be dead here. Where's the angle? Maybe just wants to clear the way.
Knock up.
Q1 tries to find Q2, flashes out.
Yeah, that guy, the whistle guy, is like gotten a sudden burst of energy and he's tweaking really hard. He's gonna spam whistle for no reason, so we're gonna have to wait for like a minute. So they get Ambessa flash, which is not bad. They didn't have Sejuani ult, which sucks. Since I was getting Drake, so 2 Drakes to Koi is pretty big against 6 grubs. GX can't really use the 6 grubs super effectively, but Renekton is sitting bot against Caitlyn and Nico, and the tower is dead. Bit of a gold injection. Couple minions denial. Blitzcrank's running out of lane. Trumpet guy's back big.
Save the turret. And it's that first turret going over to Movistar Quarter.
And this, I think, is such a good deal for Koi. With the Caitlyn, you can argue that them having more grubs early would have been good, but
chat,
even without grubs, they're
not complaining about the whistle guy. Obviously, I don't like it either. It's annoying, but the person, just imagine you could be the person standing right next to the whistle guy.
You could argue with the Victor and the Zeri outscaling late.
Bro, can you
would be where they're
fucking stop
strongest.
it, man? I'm trying to watch the game.
Team could potentially have a mountain.
That conversation, I'd love to be there.
Yeah, that's a little scary, I will say. Yeah, I can see.
It's not a cloud. It's not a hex tech. One of the worst ones, but
no, Mountain is terrifying. Again, the fact that you can get a lot of resistances on
flash.
Mirren is always going to work out great as Jojo.
Oh, he ulted to cancel it.
Isma. Ooh, good patience on the flash from Jojo.
Like a cocky predict there could have worked for Isma.
They do get that flash
like,
at the very least, so Jojo can
Asol here, he's here, just like R here and flash here.
GX. Weren't able to grab a kill, but
could have made him a bit busy with it.
Yeah, Jojo's still kind of fine though. Like, he has been targeted to a certain extent by Giant X, but he's managing to escape several times. Still managing to farm up successfully, so not too much to write home about when it comes to shutting him down. But for Giant X, I think it's going to be as
stop coping EU can't mind game NA.
Dragon. Try and look for your fights then. You'll have at least first items completed at that stage.
Alright, the Caitlyn has
maybe
a small
not fight, but try and look for a pick in Mkoi setting up, because there isn't really someone on Movistar Koi that is good at face checking. So if you can just sit in a bush with Isma, you're in a much better spot. Now, obviously, the clone can do some of the work, but if you can actually catch someone as they go to face check, I think you're in a good spot.
Caitlyn, no flash. She'll have it for Drake, though.
Continue to have pressure in their favor. But Rob, I hear the whistle again.
Don't let it win. Don't let it win, Dracos.
Calls for blood, Rob. It needs more blood. There hasn't been enough. 0-0. The whistle is desperate for action. The whistle doesn't want to scale.
For the lords of the end time.
Jacket, it's written in the runes of Norse mythology, the whistle, the sound, the call for Ragnarok.
I was going to say the whistle of Ragnarok.
Jormungandr, World Serpent or whatever calls it.
I heard that's what Kratos has in God of War.
It's just a whistle. On a string, little metal whistle.
Gate flash is almost up.
Yeah, anyway, just get
I was going to say, like, if referees can get an air of importance around them as soon as they put the whistle on, I'm sure Kratos can do the same thing.
That's all we need. Kratos with a whistle and a red card, bro. Shutting the world down. So yeah, again, slow game, but a scaling game, to be certain. Right now, MKOI steadily accruing a decent gold lead. I think mostly due to the bot lane that they have put together, which is the Caitlyn, as well as the Nico, giving them that extra push, that extra threat. Not quite
there's Herald in a minute.
Explosive as some of the games where we see Caitlyn, where you just really snowball
Any team
out of
fighters.
control. GX have done well to keep it in range, but can they continue to weather the storm is the question. Jackie's doing well in the side lane. Jojo, of course, with his own little stacking mechanic. We will keep an eye on the Aurelion Soul stack. So you can see him on the picture of the dragon on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I think it's just it's difficult for Giant X to try and make any plays because look at where Movistar Core on the map. Every time it's, okay, we want to have Jojo access a wave. He's just getting escorted by Yoya, and then he's got the motorcade in behind him with Alvaro as well, just
Jojo
in
has
case
fatty
anything
ult
starts to
ready.
go wrong. So it's very difficult for Giant X
Check
to
damage dealt.
find
What, is
positions
everyone at
in.
zero
You can see
or
even
what?
using the clone there just as a secondary
I mean,
ward.
Victor's been farming
And
DPM
with
since
Jun
I
in
was done a
position,
whole
there's just
big
nothing the Giant X can really achieve.
zero
so
damage.
It just becomes these bouncing waves continuously. Which at the moment, sorry, for the beginning, definitely favor
Ginza will
Movistar
reconnect
Core.
soon.
But we're now starting to slow down the pace of a game where Supa has a 500 gold lead, but not really incredibly strong as a Caitlyn. And you're starting to get these kind of two items. Well, as you start to get towards two items as Noah, he will be a real threat in these fights. So I'm curious how Movistar Core want to try and push this game forward. 45 seconds until Dragon, but with Rift Herald up and available,
All
looks
right,
like this
Herald
is gonna
time,
be
baby.
the initial point of contention.
TP into mid. Looking to get some control over mid. Over Rift Herald, excuse me. GX have already started it. Supa doesn't seem to have any traps in the inventory, has not dropped any quite yet. He has 3 ready to go, 4. So taking his time before he sets up that trap line, but it's a bit of a split exchange.
Koi could just abandon the Herald and
Single hook
once.
from Jun could be
No
disastrous,
hook
and
is
now
bad.
the hook is down. That's the
They
cue
could
to
just,
kick
like-
things off. You're not going to connect on the win, becomes
That
lightning
Drake is
lot off
fucking
on the
OP, I
side,
think.
will slice to the Herald.
Maybe not the most
Dice
OP in this
through
game,
the
though.
wall. Koi now starting the objective. Now, finally, Supa sets up his trap line. Good patience there.
Yeah, the trap line's kind of
Eyes on
useless though.
Jun. Eyes on the hook from the Blitzcrank. Once again, does not
What the
connect.
fuck did
Now the
Elyoya
stars
just do?
descend.
God knows.
Initially, Elyoya getting locked up for a brief moment is in. Now it's instantly Mirwin to the back.
Oh, Mirwin insta one shot. I think Yoya tried to flash E knock up, but he flash ulted and then E'd and then got stunned.
But now Giant
They got
X
the
is
Herald,
down
though.
towards Dragon, which is also
GX
there. They
need
have
to get
mid
this
control.
Drake no matter
Reset
what.
coming through from Jackie's, but he's going to be able to teleport back in.
Well, Jun
So I
was
think
quite useless,
Even with Rift Herald going
but
down,
you can
Giant
see
X
the power
should
of
be
the
able to
Renekton
get this
Sejuani when the Ambessa goes in. Insta stun dead.
Taking the time again, we look back.
Right.
Even though the initial hook from Jun.
So watch
doesn't
Elyoya
connect,
here.
you can see neither does most
W
of the spells
flash.
from Jojo.
Oops.
Yeah, but the interrupt by Isma onto
E.
Yoya jumping onto the backline
Stun.
prevents the follow-up. And as Mirren goes
Herald.
in, it's 4 members of Giant X who are there. The Ruthless Predator immediately shreds the shield that he has in his W, so there's just no hope for Mirren in preventing
Crowny
that.
just
So
hit Challenger.
he ends up
Chat,
falling,
clap
but
for clap for
Giant
Crowny.
X, now on Dragon, haven't done it quite
Clap for
quick.
Crowny.
We
Hit
should be able to
Challenger.
get it still.
My goat.
Is spotted out, but Elyoya does not want to risk the 50-50. Not worth to give his life.
Oh, what?
Shadows in the darkness, ready to throw that hook out. Alvaro
He
taking
stole
his
it.
time, anticipating Jun there.
But yeah, you can kind of see like it is
He
difficult
stole
for
the
Jun if
Drake?
He's not able to land these hooks to make things happen, so
What?
unfortunately, in that position, end up missing 2 of the hooks that could have gotten them a pick or started something off for them in their favor. So Movistar Koi now with Rift Herald, I imagine going to try and shove mid.
They're on soul
use
point.
the fact that you've got this Caitlyn.
What?
They need people to respond to top side, and it seems
That is
both
completely
Lost and
criminal.
Jackie's move into this top half of the map, which I'm a little surprised at.
A lot of focus on the top side, as you highlighted. Especially as it looks like Otacon is spawning in the bottom side of the map. But maybe just feel like they can't play for this tier 1. It is super low at this stage of the game.
That is
I think
ridiculous
they
that
were
Nico
looking
stole
at
Drake.
Mirren having his teleport up and
What
saying,
the
okay,
fuck?
maybe it's actually going to be a play for the top tier 1, and hoping that they could move Lot into position to cover. But now that Mirren has pushed out that bottom side, they need Lot to rotate back down to catch that. Still, though, there's not really interactions between either
Man,
AD carry and the
Koyer
mid
just-
wave.
look
Kind
at
of
Sinzal's
super
damage
pushes the
dealt.
wave. No
95, and he's winning the game because he just has all the
causing Jun
objectives.
to hard focus on mid wave rather than being able to link up with Isma to play for anything.
Yeah. And I think this is purely good, again, for GX. We know what a terror Zeri can be, and even as she's been hit and changed and adjusted over so many patches. Yeah. You know, 4 or 5 items.
How is Noah even in this lane? Well, they
win
all
the
in
game,
level 1.
offer so much damage. Caitlyn, usually that
Fought
lane bully. Sometimes
3 or 4
struggles
waves,
to
press
transition
B and then
those early
swap.
leads, as we see here from MKoi. Couldn't keep their
And
foot on the gas.
yeah, the Caitlyn never matched.
Jun remains a threat with that hook.
It was just a
fishing
2v1
in the
for
darkness,
10 minutes
however.
straight.
Will not find anything.
And if the Caitlyn based and matched, I'm sure Noah would have pushed and based and ran
to the
bot.
side. Just a Heartsteel stack for Isma, and they start to retreat. That's the ulti now committed as well.
But everyone backs away.
The timing of the
Again,
swap
like,
was great. The Renekton reacted
Giant
well.
are trying to poke and prod and see if they can get anything, but they just
Yeah,
haven't been
Mbessa
able to really
was
set
kind
themselves
of
up. Jun's
frozen
still
on.
fishing for the hook. Can he
Which I
spot
like
the real Alvaro,
what
though,
GX
is
did.
the question.
Otacon thirsts for destruction, for those of you who are curious. So, false life on the table. Wait, no, this is...
I didn't even catch, sorry, that Alvaro stole Mountain Dragon. I was like, why is there 3 dragons? He stole it with his Q. I just had to go back and check.
We're good casters. Sorry,
Look,
everybody.
it is a
It's
long
game 6.
day. It has been, what is it, 9 o'clock now?
Yes.
We've been here for 8 hours? 8 hours, yes.
We're casting from a room filled only by the sounds through these headsets. So bear with us.
True, actually.
Apologies.
Yeah.
Casting in a room of
explains
silence is weird.
why the
Trust
crowd
me,
was
it's
so
fucking
hyped
weird. It happened in
around the
COVID
time
as
the
well.
Dragon was taken.
When
I
we were
was so
casting from an from
I
the
was like,
LEC
what
studio
the
with no one in it. It was just empty. You hear all this audience
Grabs, run
noise,
back on stage and
you
start
take
singing.
your headset off,
I
and it's just
look,
silence.
Somebody
It's
was
so
going to whistle.
fucking
We all
weird,
got
bro.
distracted. It was a sad time.
Am I being Pavloved? Am I being psychologically conditioned by the
They're
person
they're
with
they're
the whistle
casting from the Euphoria podcast room.
to forget?
That room is upstairs in a
Are we in
fucking
episode of Severance?
the back of a studio.
You're outie.
And it's got
would
like-
caught that dragon.
It's just like an empty open room with a desk in it and some curtains, and that's it. Like it's so fucking, and there's just
Look,
wires
Black
all
Two
over the
Items,
floor.
Black Cleaver Spear Shojin, like to see it.
And it's in
That's
like the
under Sky,
top
but
floor of the
I
back
like
of a
this. I
studio,
like
which
the,
isn't even the LEC studio.
And
It's
the
in a
one big thing
different
about
building.
Renekton that I love is over the years, people have talked less and less about his scaling being worse, but one thing that was good even when scaling wasn't great was if you have a hyper carry and you sit on top of that hyper carry with your W available, they're not going to die.
Yep.
That's
Well,
just
the
that
game's
simple.
gonna come down to a
Point
dragon
click CC,
fight.
Next to a Zeri. Great. Shield shredding. Great.
The problem is, though, I think if JoJo and Supa play these fights well, you never really need Baron and Oyoya to engage in towards lock, right?
Sure.
I think you can just play for non-committal fishing with Alvaro, see if you can lock people up. Like even here, right?
Did you
like
chew
they're not
all of the wires?
overcommitting
No, I didn't.
Into Giant X because that's where it starts to fall apart. Obviously, though, Isma great engage. Jun can fish for hook. So trying to make those plays happen, it will be tough. And with Dragon now in 30 seconds, 2 items completed for a lot of Movistar Koi, I think they can just look to brute force this and get that Mountain Soul. But they need to start getting some poking, keeping Giant X honest as they look towards mid.
20 seconds on
So you
Drake.
can see
Game
GX are a
decided.
little bit frazzled. They don't really have the members around mid that they need to stop this
Probably
tower
GX will fight to
from
the death.
going down. They aren't ready to force the fight. Oyoya continues to fish. Clone there to body block. The hook does come out, although Jun now on the chase. Once again, will
misses.
not connect. Any of
The
these
casters
hooks
have white
could
noise?
be
No,
a
of
game
course not.
changer. TP behind. Isma going to find the ulti, but only the edge of
DP
it.
from Lot. Sejuani
Onto
ult
Supa as
missed.
the ghost is there. Focus from MKoi back to the mid lane, getting mid prio, knowing they
White
can
noise is
force
so you don't
GX
hear the
to
casters,
respond,
so you can't
using the
cheat.
clone from Alvaro to keep vision.
They are the casters.
Keep tabs on the enemy. Jun over the
Look,
wall with the hook.
miss again.
Barely not able to connect.
Man,
Empowered
Jun's really
ulti.
missing all the hooks.
They're from JoJo.
Still though, Trap's going to keep them at least
That
in
trap
a
line is
position
brutal.
where they're going to
Holy
have to
fuck.
scoot their way past it. But
have
Mirren
to go through
protecting
bots
one
no
side
matter
of it,
what.
and now you got to take the long way around, which kind of puts everyone in front of MKoi again,
guess
which is
Caitlyn
perfect for
kinda
how
is
they
out
want
of
to try and
traps.
set up. Giant X though don't want to give this soul over.
It's rough with where Otacon is too. The choke can be devastating for GX. Same is true for MKoi though if they overcommit. Lot, bit of poke down onto him. GX
trying to get some
running
space here,
forward
Lot.
past the objective. Ulti down from JoJo.
Oh my
Connecting
god,
on
the
two
knockup from
into the
Oyoya is crazy.
area.
Insta one shot onto Noah, boom, dead.
Backline, the follow-up is
Annihilation from Koi.
beautifully orchestrated.
It's
A
clean, it's
symphony of
clinical.
destruction as Madrid
And it's some
comes
solid
alive.
fucking gameplay from Koi.
Crescendo for what has been a fantastic series, but it's Movistar Koi who are looking to come out on
Mountain
top.
Soul and
The
Atacon
Dragon
GA.
Soul, the Atacon as well. Movistar
was a good
Koi
fight.
play it patient, and it pays off.
Just incredibly timed collapse. The perfect combo here. Finally, the ulti.
That was a really good fight.
JoJo,
GX go through the bottom side of the river, right, because of the trap line. Already on Soul ult. Knock up hits both carries. Insta turn. And Bessa ult on one. Spins out flash knock up on the other. I mean, that already on Soul ult was just perfect. Unlosable game now for Koi. They should just run away with it and then.
And you can see
what a monster engage. Bro, the crowd is going ballistic.
And one of the big things about this Aurelion Soul is it's just so easy for him to throw down that E.
I mean, I think they should just force Baron here.
JoJo gets more and more time
if
to
they
stack,
saw the
summoners
in that fight, they will know Victor, no flash, but
still
Zeri does have flash up.
Push first.
I think Ambessa can turn onto Victor really easy. With an Aurelion Soul over the wall with his ult.
Soul and Otacon.
They can contest here a bit.
And control.
But they're on the bot
crucial.
side
Like
with
you can
Aurelion
see
Soul
Giant
and
X, they're still trying to fish for these hooks, but the targets for this Blitzcrank just aren't there. And as Caitlyn continues to control this mid push, almost like a Varus Dracos, to push. And look, you can just shimmy down to this bottom side. Push already there for JoJo Pyun. Like, there's nobody there in Giant X. They're trying to fish for a pick in the top half. And that's not where MKOI are.
And we've, I think, just about crossed the Blitzcrank
Asol's a cool champ.
Where
you would have preferred a Thresh?
No.
Okay.
There's no. I would never prefer that champion. He's used.
Why am I not surprised?
So sorry.
One more mid-wave into forcing.
Snowball, like just play Pike. Just okay. Anyway.
Start that
tangent.
fucking Baron.
Main thing is you're now hitting the point where there are now wrong targets to hook.
Yes.
Now a hook can be deadly. Earlier stages of the game, it's easy to say like whoever you hook is probably a decent target, but if you hook Jun without people ready to do damage, or excuse me, Alvaro without people ready to do damage, it's bad. El Yo-Yo Mirwin can be similarly disastrous.
I think El Yo-Yo you could hook and win, but Jun is dead.
Finally found a hook. Flashes over the wall. Knockup is there, barely connecting onto Isma, but JoJo might get one shot.
No flash,
Noah. Quick flash out from
no
Noah
flash
to make it to safety.
But just
no
couldn't
flash,
quite get
Noah,
the kill onto JoJo.
bites.
But as you say, it's the
low
false life.
bases.
So even if you manage to get that, it's
He has
so
the
much
Atacon.
burn from Giant X, and the
They
hopes
could just go round
of
2 in a
just
sec.
pushing MKOI off the map for a little bit of time. Mirren though, back in this top side. I think Giant X want to collapse.
How much more time does he have on the buff? TP in as well.
How long does he have on the buff? That's a good question.
Fast. Sticking around too long.
Because I think they might wait it out and then force Baron.
Disastrous will be unstoppable. Goes back in. Is just sliding.
It's off.
Gliding.
It's
dancing. And ultimately withdrawing. So 200 gold.
It must have been off in a second, though.
Gotten a real
No,
kill
it was
there.
still
Might have
on.
given them access to Baron, but because it's only the false life buff, it won't amount to too much.
It's off now.
Jackie's even going to reset off of it.
Maybe it would take
they don't
too
want
long.
to try and contest too much further. And as you say, it's a brief moment of respite, but not enough to deter MKOI at all. They're already pushing mid, they're already pushing top, now getting vision again in this topside jungle, and it's a little shallow at the moment, but they still have to clear out all the vision that Giant X did leave in the river, and it just becomes a slow, drawn-out game as you just wait for this next round essentially to come
It's
through.
a very early,
down a flash
very
on
early
Noah,
Elder Dragon.
You down a flash on Jun, whereas
2
Movistar
minutes 30.
Koi significantly more threatening as all those summoners are starting to come back.
Why does JoJo always have elixirs? He has an elixir of sorcery running right now. Does he know something we don't know? Or does he just really like matcha lattes?
I think it's a matcha latte diff. I think he likes it with the strawberry mixing.
Must be pretty good on Acel. I can see how the ticks and the true damage would be really good on Acel, but
Whistle guy needs a
this
cooldown.
man really likes to have 500 gold extra of combat power.
Get him a break, get him a Kit Kat.
To be fair, I think in this position, the next fight is going to decide it.
That's
like
probably true.
Oh,
Whipping another hook, a little bit awkward there. Has not been able to find
Hey!
this. Isma kicking things off. JoJo Pyun locked up, but again, there's no follow-up. GX. Some of the coordination that was so good for them in the previous game, so good for them on day one, is starting to falter now that the pressure is on.
and now they have to play into the
Well, they
dark.
just lost 2 ultimates, I
Movistar
guess.
Koi falling back. JoJo has
And there's a
that
level
ultimate still
16
available.
already
His
on
choke
Soul with,
points
I think,
are
an
not your
upgraded ult.
friends, Giant X. And Movistar Koi, they're still on the Baron.
Yeah, he does
but
have an upgraded
you
ult.
have no idea. There goes the vision just to spot it out for a moment.
Asol is going to absolutely evaporate everyone here.
The whistle coming back. Heralding the end, Rob.
Watch out for the hook.
MKOI.
No flash on Blitz. Easy turns. And they didn't reset the Nash either.
There for JoJo Pyun. One more second and he can start to pursue Noah if he so chooses, but it's Mirror in the backside in the meantime.
JoJo is fucking in there.
Oh,
Oh, it's a big one. Boom!
And
they get Baron.
Through from Alvaro. A thing of beauty again.
This Asol actually smurfed. JoJo had a really good series apart from game 2. 0-5-0 Corki, but
off of Jojo.
I think he carried pretty hard in game 1 and game 2, game 3. He's a huge impact.
Return attack.
Giant X will be the sacrifice to Odin on this night. As MKOI continue to push in, Mirren on the top side. And now the push for Jojo and bot. It's going to be all outer towers falling. And there's zero that Giant X can do.
No. Mirren still paying that respect. Back
Elder in 30 seconds.
It won't quite fall. But Jun just
Yeah,
caught
I mean,
out.
yeah. He's so far forward. And again, these hooks just not working out for him whatsoever. Jojo coming through. The ultimate is perfect. And Noah...
Mirren also
already
lived
burned the
and got
flash
the
in
Nash
last
buff.
one. He's got nowhere to go. And it's just Alvaro who ends up picking him up for the team.
And things are only getting worse.
Man, Asol's a really nice champ.
A little bit of peel to make sure Isma can make it out to safety, but GX, a great weekend still for them overall, but will not be able to find the third win
EU
against
run
Koi.
down by a
Koi
Fortnite player.
determined to
Bro,
move
Giant
further
X
up
are
the
8th place.
standings,
Shut up.
separate themselves from the rest of the pack.
Isma's on his own with loss. I was kind of keeping my eyes on where Alvaro was going to go, but no flash available means he's less of a threat and just jumping onto the front line of Giant X. But still, Jojo off in the wings, ultimate up available soon. Won't be the Sky's Descent, but still can do a lot of work. And I love how MKOI are playing this. It's just focus on the choke points.
Yeah, I mean, Noah's flash is coming
if
up,
you
but
try and step through, it's into traps.
they're going to
it's
get smoked
into
and
the
rolled in
ultimate
effect.
from Jojo. You never get to touch the back line, and
I mean,
Alvaro gets so
it.
much value in controlling these chokes, so Giant X have to walk the whole way around now.
Elder Dragon here. Alvaro with another beautiful
They get the
game.
Elder, they get the
down.
game.
In the blink of an eye, GX are gonna
I mean, it was a clean game from Koi.
Oh, the objective's already gone. GX running for their
Oh, it's a
lives.
pentakill for Supa.
Taking names in Madrid.
It's not a pentakill for Supa.
A triple kill for the Spanish AD
Boom.
carry.
What a stomp that game.
Will finish off one
What a
as
stomp.
well. Alvaro gave
Hey,
his
this is
life,
the end of Madrid.
but
Madrid
it's
was fun,
Movistar
man.
Koi
Madrid
that will
was
take
fun.
the game off of his sacrifice.
Yesterday's games were absolute slammers.
It's their home
Today, not so
turf.
much, but yesterday was unreal.
Only room for one
Crowd has been a big
king
W,
in
Caster's big
Madrid,
W,
and
Endless S big W.
MKOI
This was so
are
good.
that king.
Crazy that Koi went 2-0 in their
royalty
in their
on
fucking
this incredible
in
stage
their home
in front
ground.
of this crowd, MKOI stand victorious.
We're gonna go to Paris soon, chat. 2 weeks, I think, is Paris. French crowd is also a big W. I mean, the Spanish and French crowds are always fatty Ws.
There's a core team behind them. And smiles out front for
It's been a
every
long
single
weekend of
one
league, chat. I
these
hope you enjoyed it. I
players.
hope you enjoyed it. It was quite fun. Tomorrow we got
Game 2 is
LEC from
rough.
the studio. I don't know what that's gonna look like.
But what
A bit
series
jarring
from
maybe after this
Movistar
10,000
Koi to
people
claim
arena.
King of Spain. But also to
France
just
will
push
be great.
themselves that little bit further
They
up
got to
the
make more
standings,
roadshows
4
like this.
and
If they
3,
can do this for
they will
regular
now
season
be
best of
put
threes, then
into
there's
third
absolutely
place
no excuse we
by
can't get it
KC
done for like a finals. Okay, there is an excuse. Maybe the team that's hosting won't be there, but
Alvaro, the king of
hopefully we can all come together and find a way.
as it were. And
Make it
now
work.
we've said enough, and I realize it might have been King of Madrid, but they're also the King of Spain's today. So that's enough from myself and Dagger. Let's send it over to the analyst desk to break that one down. That incredible
I've been live
series.
for almost 14 hours. I'm gonna call it, okay? If you wanna watch the rest of the analyst desk and shit like that, feel free. But I'm gonna go crash. I'll be back tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow we got Lost Raton scrims, and we got LEC again. And then Tuesday we got Lost Raton scrims, and then Wednesday we got Lost Raton's best of series in playoffs. Okay, here's a big kiss. If you were here from the start, you're ill. I appreciate all of you. I hope you sleep well. Take care and just enjoy the rest of your days, nights, mornings, wherever you are in the world. I appreciate you all for choosing me as your co-streamer for the day. I hope you enjoyed the League of Legends and the CS. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow for some more. Bye! Shout out to all the lurkers, bidders, gifted chatters, subbers, donors, resubbers. And the rats. Farewell! And stay safe.